Serve it to your cold. Hey, jive, yeah, cool, making plays and making bold, huh? Get live, it's the Big Jive MMA Show. Parlays, they talk 'em all, leaving it to play low. Coming at you weekly when they species legit. Come in here, they best bets when they empty in the clip, huh? And never trip, they coming like a loaded gun with a sickle parlay, with a eyes like 10 to 1. It's every show, every quote that you hear is what they wrote. They gon' stand on it when they know they plays and count some bands on it. It's MMA. If you got a problem, put your mans on it. Step up to the octagon and show me how you coming. They ain't listen, now they coming. This way you won't place your bet. It's Big Jive MMA Show. Watch where they gon' take it next.
Ooh, gotta do the intro to him, baby. We're back. The Mac is back. And we're back, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. The Mac is back, baby. The first time ever, BP, that I've been able to break down a Conor McGregor fight.
You had not had a podcast the last time he fought. Interesting. Very interesting.
5 years ago he last fought, and I've only this is 4 years now. So this is a special week, BP.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome.
Every
well,
week.
Congrats.
This one's a little bit special, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm excited for this one.
By the way, in the profile or the thumbnail, you look with the Irish face paint, you look so much like Paul Hughes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Paul Hughes. Yeah. So much like Paul Hughes.
Yeah, the buzz cut. Yeah, I'm definitely somewhat related to Paul Hughes in some fashion. Long lost relative.
What is Iverson? Is that like, are you Irish? Is that, I don't think it's Irish, right?
No, it's Norwegian.
Norwegian. So I'm Scottish and Cajun. People think Petrie's French. If you add the E, because PETRI is French. If you add the E, it's not French anymore. It's more Scottish. And I did like an ancestry thing, and it was like Scottish and Cajun, which is interesting. So there you go, man.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
I would expect the Scottish a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Good
Scotland,
hair.
Paul Craig.
Paul Craig. I love Scottish people. Scottish people and Irish people are like some of the best, you know, fun people that you could ever come across. I mean, they could definitely be dicks, but like,
yeah, no, they're cool, dude. When I sat floor seats at T-Mobile years ago, an English dude and an Irish dude were behind me, and the drunker they got, the better they got. Like they were just fucking class. They're cracking me up all night. They're good dudes.
Yeah, maybe some people in the chat would know, but the Long Shots Only show, there used to be these two Scottish kids that would call in and give us their parlays like almost every single week. And
wow.
We do the show at like 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 1 in the morning over there, 2 in the morning, and they're out like at the club partying. Like they're probably like 19, and they're just like off the rails partying. And they go in the bathroom and like give us their parlays in their thick Scottish accent, and nobody could understand them. But I could understand them because I watched Love Island UK.
Sure.
And I know the Scottish accents, so I can
it.
pick up on it. So I don't know where they went though.
Shout out to those guys though. They're out there drinking, having a good time. They're like, oh shit, my boy Hayden's on with the Long Shot Parlay Show. I gotta go hop in the bathroom and fucking tell him what I think. Dude, that's commitment right there.
I'm a little worried though, because I haven't seen them in like months. Like I don't know. I
don't know. Hopefully they didn't get in trouble.
Did they quit gambling? Did they get arrested? Like
right. Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen in this world. If you're those Scottish guys out there, hit Hayden up. We want to see you. I've gotten a lot of nice messages over the years from Scottish people, a couple Irish people as well. It's the other European, the other side of Europe, like the Norways and the Swedens. And I'm not going to label everyone bad, but those are the ones that are usually hammering me about how fat I am. So like, that like Denmark and stuff, like those dudes are like, just fuck, you know, you're the worst. You weigh 800 pounds. Like, but the Scottish and Irish dudes are fucking solid, dude. Australia, obviously we have Australian probably dudes in the chat right now. They're amazing.
Aussies are the best as well. How are we doing tonight, fellas? We got a big card, international fight week, UFC 329. I'm not going to lie. It kind of doesn't really feel like that big of a card. Like maybe it's just because it's Wednesday. And once I get to Vegas, I fly out to Vegas tomorrow.
Yeah.
Once I get there, maybe I'll feel it a little bit more. But I felt like the White House had a little bit more oomph to it. This one, you know, of course, McGregor's going to carry it. But I haven't really felt like, man, this is going to be crazy. You know, like that type of vibe here. I don't know. What do you think, BP?
Yeah, it's weird. Connor, he's just now in the embeddeds. He was in the embedded for like maybe 30 seconds. Yeah. Feel like he's doing interviews are now coming out. Like he just had like a whole rant about Khabib that he did with some guy that I didn't know who that was. But anyway, it feels like there's more Connor, because if you watch the Countdown show, they use like old stock footage of him. They did one interview, sit down with them, and they cut that up, but everything else was stock. And then he hasn't been in the embeddeds. He's been kind of subdued, which is interesting because I know he's gonna have the presser, and they're airing the weigh-ins on Paramount Plus and stuff. So things are gonna pick up here. But yeah, it almost seemed like people on Reddit were concerned he might not show up. They're like, he might be. He's not. He's a little quiet. The UFC's not really showing him. Where's he at? And now he finally showed up. I think obviously he looks fine. Obviously, I think a fight's going to happen or something like that. I know they get the backup and Hoofy. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited though. I mean, with no fights last week and then just me being, regardless of Connor being the main event, I think it's a great card. And I think there's some spots I really like as well. So it's just exciting to have fights back, But yeah, it seems a little Connor and Patty. I saw you Instagram this. Patty also seems a little kind of quiet too this week. So I don't know if he's quiet because he's going to play off Connor's energy, but they both, who are very animated, very good on the microphone, they seem a little subdued this week, but hopefully it picks up.
Yeah, Patty's kind of like hit or miss. He's usually either like very like just doesn't give you anything, or he's going to pretty passionate. I'm interested to see how the press conference goes tomorrow, because you have Patty and Connor on the same press conference. Like Patty's got to say something, right? Like he can't just let go of that opportunity to like go after McGregor, or like at least give him some shit for something. Like they
have such a similar career path with double champs and Cage Warriors, UFC, Stardom. Obviously, Patty's nowhere near what Connor is, but yeah, you got to go after him. You have to, right? I know they had like some Twitter stuff. They used to like kind of really respect each other. Then there was some Twitter stuff. So yeah, I'm really interested in see because Max isn't the best shit talker. Max is just going to be like, it is what it is, right? And Benoit Saint Denis, that guy doesn't give a fuck, right? He speaks pretty good English, but he's not a shit talker. So they're gonna have to maybe carry it and see if there's a show. We'll see what happens. I'm actually very curious about the press conference.
You gonna find out Saturday night? We gonna find out Saturday night?
You keep thinking that we'll find out Saturday night. I'm in the ninth island.
What up, Tanner Jones? This card feels electric. I'm pumped for it. Not a counter guy by any means, but I'm ready. Wow. Yeah. Not a counter guy.
It's hard to be a Connor guy. I'll get into it. I have a whole thing when it's Gables. We break down. Gables.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. We're gonna skip past that one pretty quickly. So
yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's not gonna be much of a breakdown, but I have a little bit of a something I got to get off my chest, I guess, so to speak. Yeah. So
stay tuned. Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned. That's a little tease in the biz.
There's our boy Dixon. Come on, hey Jive, don't bury the lead. We're all here for the big Pinos. We are
big Pinos
for the big BP Pinos. Let's recap how we did.
Oof, gosh, I even forgot about it. Love you, Nas. Love you, Nas.
Ooh.
This one's tough. This one's tough. I really like Nas.
We'll get him next time.
3PC guy. But yeah, man, Chin gone. I mean, listen, I'm gonna, of course, think it was an early stoppage, right? Yeah. Give the guy a little bit of a leash in his hometown. He's been dropped before. He's come back before. But either way, he looked stuck in the mud anyway. Maybe he could have got it going later in the fight. I don't know. But yeah, that one hurt. I remember I was literally on vacation watching this. I was driving home watching this on the thing. And we're driving through this part of Kentucky that's like flooded. So I'm watching the fight intently, trying to miss these giant flooding areas. And he got knocked out, and I just went, oh my God. Like I looked at my wife, I was like, you might have to drive. Like it upset me. It upset me. Yeah. I had 2 bets on the entire card because I was driving. I wasn't really super active. He was one of them. And again, 3PC guy. I like him. Sucks.
I didn't have any money on him either, but as always, when a card is in the Middle East, over in that region, I always do a V parlay. Anybody whose name ends in V,
sure,
throw me a parlay. He was the only one that lost. Only one.
Nice.
Tough. BP moves to 9-11 on the empty the clip. I hit mine. It was pretty easy, but like I did take a little bit of a coward's way out, but he made it look pretty easy. All right, he made it look pretty easy. What was he like? Minus 500. Got to tell my KO.
I want to say it was like 450, but he might have climbed to 500. It was something like that. Yeah.
So we'll take that W, and we'll also take the first W on the 3-punch parlay in forever. The curse has been lifted. The 3-punch parlay cashed on UFC Baku. I legitimately think we lost probably 13, 14 in a row.
It was ugly. It was ugly for a while, but we got the dub.
We got it done, and we still got time to get back in the green because we're basically at the halfway point here.
Yeah.
We got 40.
We got some work to do, but I'm ready. I got the working boots on. I'm ready to go. I'm blue collar, baby.
Buckle down. We got a nice, juicy 3-punch parlay for you tonight for UFC 329. So hopefully that one cashes. $2 dono from Hamish. Love you guys. New Zealand fans here too. Shout out New Zealand as well. Some point in my life, I got to get out to New Zealand.
I heard it's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Oh, by the way, there was a guy in the chat that said he was from Wales. Well, he's a Welshman. Shout out Wales. Shout out Welsh. By the way, again, I'm not picking on any country. This is just an opinion. I think the American flag is the best looking flag. Second is the Wales flag. The Wales flag with that dragon. Whoo, forget about it. When Mason Jones comes out with that flag.
Mason Jones, my guy. Bro.
So good.
Love me some Mason Jones. Shout out to the Welsh. Sicko parlay for BP 2-2 was dead on arrival when BKFC got robbed on the scorecards. I thought he won. I thought he won the first two, but so be it, man. I mean, Gene Matsumoto finally gets the decision his way, and BKFC unfortunately moves to 1-3 in the UFC.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I mean, listen. I mean, I was confident going into that. When BKFC lost, obviously, we lose. But yeah, I was a little surprised that Ikram Alisherov didn't perform a little bit better. They kept hyping him up. He's only lost to these two guys. He's just, and he got a win. He did what he was supposed to do, but Fiziev looked amazing. Fiziev looked incredible. I mean, flawless performance by him. But yeah, swing and a miss. We're still there. We're still chasing. Well, I mean, I'm up, but we're still getting there.
What did I tell you about that BKFC fight, though? I said, I can guarantee you BKFC is going to hurt him.
Yeah.
At some point in this fight.
Hurt him bad.
But he fucking survived it.
Yeah. Matsumoto, I mean, that's a dude that's in shape, right? Like, when you're young and you get a little bit of a chin, you get dropped, but you get back up. It was Vanderlei Silva's, he was juiced to the gills, but he was a young fighter in pride. He got dropped every fight, but he got up because his cardio was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Triggs Nasty with the $4.99. Big guns. Big fan since John and Anik. Even though I don't gamble, I watch. Shout out to Triggs Nasty.
Triggs Nasty. She's been commenting. I've recognized the name. She's been a big fan, a big supporter of me for a while. I appreciate it, Triggs Nasty. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
BP's got a lot of fans out there.
A lot of fans.
Shout out to him. My sicko parlay was also dead on arrival. I don't know what that stoppage was. Calling the fight with like 20 seconds left when he's getting elbowed from guard. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he would have lost anyway based on the scorecards. Should have known better than to put money on a guy that is facing a hometown guy in Azerbaijan. But you live and you learn.
You called awfully though. You got a nice little plus money on awfully. He looked awfully good. You know what I mean?
I told you that fucking guy Reyes was a fraud, dude.
You've been fading him and you hit it and awfully. He's better than I ever thought he could ever get. So
I think he's getting better. He's getting better.
Yeah, he's getting better. That's why. Yeah,
he's not a world beater, but like he's decent, man. He's decent.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into the breakdowns today, we got to go over the biggest free picking contest in MMA history. Shout out to 3-Punch Convo for putting this together. We wanted to shout it out at the start of the show so that all the viewers in here can get on it as soon as possible. But download 3-Punch Convo, place your picks for UFC 329. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything. You create a free account, go to the fight picking tab, and you can get your picks in right here. And whoever is in the top 50 or the top 50 people in net profit on their picks is going to be entered into the live drawing next week, Wednesday, July 15th, right here on the Big Jive MMA Show. And we're going to be giving away these sick prizes. The grand prize, $6,000 value, 4-person ocean view stateroom on the BKFC Bruise Cruise. Got additional prizes as well. Got some UFC cards, White House signed poster by Steve Garcia, $500 cash, Zoom call with Dean Thomas, $1,200 value of a Gilson, 2 custom designed snowboards.
I didn't realize it was 2 snowboards. Yeah. There you go.
Maybe one each, or maybe it's actually 2. Should ask Russ that. Maybe.
Yeah, or it's his and hers. I'll get one for me, get one for the wife.
Maybe.
I don't snowboard, but I will.
Yeah, I don't snowboard, but I would take the custom snowboard and like mount it on a wall or something.
Yeah, I put it on the wall. I would use it though. We have a lot of hills over here in Cincinnati, and get some good snow. I had a friend who thought he could snowboard when we were like 14. He goes, check this out, backflip. Hits a ramp, backflips right on his fucking head. Ambulance had to come. He was fine. He didn't break his neck, but he was so confident to get that backflip. Dude landed right on top of his head. Yeah, ambulance had to come.
I don't think I've ever done a backflip in my life. I don't even like on a trampoline or anything. I just don't understand how to do it. It just doesn't work for me.
So again, people are gonna think I'm making this shit up because you look at the body type, you see the boy, you're like, this guy's full of shit. I grew up, my street, I grew up on right up the street was a swim club, Dallas Hard Swim Club. I was on the swim team growing up. I always wasn't this heavy. And I could do some shit off the diving boards. We had a 12-foot diving board. I could do flips, 1.5s, gainers. We can do it all, right? So I grew up doing that shit. It was pretty fun. I would say confidently, I can say this, throughout the 90s of Dallas Hard Swim Club, I had the best can opener in the history of that swim club. I'm going to go ahead and say it. No one could can open better than me.
What's a can opener?
When you jump off the dive board, you just grab one leg and you create a spot. Instead of a cannonball is 2 legs.
Yeah.
Can opener's 1 leg. And I had the best one there. That swim club is ever fucking seen, bro.
Was it like the high dive or like the springboard?
No, it was a high dive. So it's 12 foot, which apparently no other swim club around. Like, there's a swim club on every fucking corner of the west side of Cincinnati. Everyone's got a swim club, right? No one's got the 12 foot. No one's got the 12 foot. There's a springing one. There's one that's lower that springs, you can bounce and shit. But the 12 foot, that's what people were scared of. And I just,
I'm afraid of heights, man. I'm not trying to get up there.
I'm afraid of heights too. That's when you said it. Like, if I'm on a roof and it's exposed and there's no railing, I freak out. That's what was so good about the 12 foot is I get up there. I'm not chickening out. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going and doing it, right? Because I don't want to be that fucking high up.
Yeah.
Good times though.
$1.99 from Parker Too Saucy.
Gable by Henny and Coke.
He's definitely getting that from his buddy, Johnny Jones,
his mentor.
But get your picks in on 3-Punch Convo. Download the app or go to 3punchconvo.com. Click on the Fight Picks tab. Get your picks in. Finish in the top 50, and we'll see you here next Wednesday on the Big Jive MMA Show, drawing for the winners of these prizes. Can't wait to see who's going to be going on the BKFC Bruise Cruise, because I'll be there. So I want to.
Hayden's going to be there. It's called the Bruise Cruise. I mean, what other name could it be? Perfect naming by BKFC and Decked Out Live for naming that. And shout out again and always for 3PC and putting this together. There's no other place for MMA fans that are doing this for MMA fans, if that makes sense, right? Like, you have access to Dean Thomas's brain. You have access to Alan Joban's brain. Fatima Klein is constantly posting, like, fighters that are going to respond to you and interact with you and know you via that intimately, as opposed to like sending them a tweet or whatever. And Chase Hooper as well. And the laundry list goes, and then we're giving away all this stuff. I mean, it's unbelievable. People think we do this because we're trying to sell stuff. Hayden and I don't make any money off this, right? We're doing this because we love the game. We love the sport. Oh no! What's this? I didn't see this.
You didn't see this?
No, I haven't been on today.
My guy BP really loves Gable Stevenson, but does anyone else just not like him? I think this is a common thing that happens in the UFC or in MMA, where we get these big prospects and they're pushed so hard down our throat, where like we are being told that we should like them. Where I don't know if it's just me being stubborn, but I like fighters that nobody really is a fan of until they start to do stuff. But this guy hasn't even fought yet. He's the largest favorite in UFC history. And this was like a similar thing that happened with Bo Nickel, where we were like forced to be like, yes, we should like this guy. It's like, no, you got to go out there and prove it. And if you prove it, then it's like, okay, we might come around and like you. But right now, dude, that Gable Stevenson, I would love to see him lose.
Man,
Alicia Ellison's teammate,
was he in there?
Chase Super.
Yeah. And McClaw Washington.
His teammate, Chase Super, weighed in. Said, of course, he's biased. Joe Ban, Isaac Thompson also weighed in. Big Mike weighed in. Fatima Klein. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to get, some posts and you can interact with these guys. They're all pretty active on there as well.
Yeah.
And, that was my post for the day. I
love it. I haven't been on today. I've been with the kids and the work has been a little busy, but that's funny.
I had to gauge,
bro.
I'm like, do people really like this guy? Like, I don't know. I gotta gauge.
I got my thing I'm going to talk about when we break this fight down, since there's not much to break down. Here we go.
Let's get into the fights. Appreciate y'all for being here on the Big Jive MMA Show. We got 150 live viewers. Please hit the like button for us as we hop into the breakdowns. At the end of the show, we'll have the empty the clip, the 3-punch parlay, the sicko parlay, and at some point we'll rip some cards as well. Flyweight bout to start us off. We got Cody Durden plus 200 taking on Alessandro Costa. Costa, third fight in a couple months. Mm-hmm. He stepped in on short notice to fill in for Ode Osborne. He's coming off back-to-back wins. This is a guy that hasn't been all that active, but in 2026, he is healthy and he's trying to get in there. And he's coming in here as the favorite against the 1-4 in his last 5, Cody, who's coming off a win against Jafel Filio as a massive underdog earlier this year. So, Cody's coming off a win after we were kind of thinking he would never get a win ever again. Mm-hmm. And now he's still a dog, but a smaller dog than he was in his last fight against a very dangerous opponent in Costa, whose majority of his wins come inside the distance. And as we know, Cody's a guy that can be finished by KO or on the ground. So, BP, are we trusting the favorite here? Are we thinking Cody can start a little win streak here? What do you think?
Yeah, I always kind of fade Cody Durden. He surprised me against Phil. And but before that, I thought he was kind of washed. This is a guy that steps up, though, 24 hours, no, it doesn't matter. Like, this dude's a gamer. He's a fighter. He goes out there and he fights. He's got good wrestling, uses wrestling his last fight, to win the fight. But Costa, this is a guy who I didn't think fought a lot because, he had to cycle off his Russian gas, right? This is a dude that's obviously figured out something because he's been fighting quite regularly, and he's pretty well-rounded. I thought he looked pretty good in his loss against Steve Versay. That's when he got first popped on my radar. Steve Versay got wobbled by him a few times, and Steve Versay kind of like ran away from the fight. And Costa looked pretty good for a muscled-up guy who went 3 hard rounds. Yes, he lost the fight, but ever since then, if he wins, he's knocking you out. Like, he's a fucking powerful dude. Cody's chin is... it's not the best. It can be touched. I don't think his power is anything to write home about. He does open up with his hands to open up the wrestling. He is smart to not just chase grappling. I think Costa is going to be hard to take down just by just shooting blindly. You're going to have to open up with the hands. You open with the hands, I think you're going to get caught. I like Costa here. Costa. Cody fights for your dollar, right? So I'm not going to disagree with anybody going, you know what? Fuck it. Cody plus 200. Sure, I'll put a shekel on that. Shekel and a half. Whatever. Cool. Not going to hear a complaint from me. I just think Costa is a big, powerful dude. And I think he's kind of in a rhythm right now. He's finally finding his, he's 30 years old. This is when fighters start to peak, and he knows it. And he's really been active, and his timing's on point. And his training camp, we're getting in there, assuming he's healthy. Yeah, I like Costa here. Minus 235 is a little steep. We'll go first round knockout or knockout. Maybe not first round, maybe not get super aggressive. Yeah. But maybe we'll play him by knockout, which is, I should have this pulled up, my bad. By knockout, it's plus 180. I can live with that. First round knockout, though, Costa round 1 plus 380. So, yeah, give me Costa. Maybe I'll get to round 1, but probably not.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a ton of value on Costa. Even his finish props are, him to get a finish is like minus 110. It's like, you gotta lay a little bit of juice on him to get a finish, which I think is probably how he likely wins. But you never know. Like, I think Cody's the better minute winner here. I think he's got more volume on the feet. He's got the wrestling upside. It's just, does he make a mistake to get finished? And I think it's probably a 50-50 if he does or he doesn't. So I think there's probably a little bit of value on Cody, but it's a tough, bet to put your money on at this point. It's like, okay, he's coming off a win, but if he makes one mistake, he gets rocked once, like the fight could be over. It's not Matt Schnell though. Like he doesn't have a Matt Schnell chin. It's
sure. Yeah. No.
It's not, it's not little Stewie Nickel who like can't really do anything in there. So, I mean, Costa's last 2 wins, like you can't really put too much into it. He's also not a guy that has like the best chin. Like he's been dropped a couple of times.
Yeah, he's hurt for sure.
Cody can throw hands. Like I think Cody's the value side here, but I will probably pass at the end of the day. But if I had to play someone, I would play Durden money line or Durden decision plus 450. I think you can get. So interesting one to start us off though. Moving on. We got a middleweight bout. Ryan Gondra minus 120 taking on Zach Reese plus a hundo. Zach Reese coming off the split decision loss to Michel Pereira in his last fight. He's 32, 6'4", trains at Extreme Couture for a majority of his training camp. Now, I think he might have moved to Vegas, but I see him in Vegas at the PI and all that. So taking his career seriously. He was from a small town in Texas, so he's maybe
Shiner, Texas.
Shiner. One stoplight in the city, which is exactly like the city that I grew up in. One stop.
Really?
One.
Wow.
Very small.
I don't even know what it's like living in a small town, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. We probably have more people than Shiner, Texas, but we did have one stoplight. So I can relate to him. Could probably relate to him as well as far as, the hair transplant. Going to need that at some point. Ryan Gondra, though, can't relate to him. He's got a nice, fresh set of white hair.
Too, bro.
He should dye the beard as well. Make it just a full white. Would Alan Patrick do that?
Yeah, Patrick did that. He looked like a psycho when they did that, though.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of sick. I mean,
not many people do. I mean, Gordon Ryan did it or does it or used to. He kind of retired. But, yeah, not many people do the beard, too.
Gordon Ryan looks like 50 and he's like 26 or something. Like, isn't it crazy?
His stomach issues ended his career. And, I mean, that guy was allegedly.
He's a basket case. But
ingesting quite a few supplements. Allegedly.
Gondra might want those as well. This guy's going to chalk hands. He's going to look at you and he's going to try to put your lights out with big hooks. Coming off the KO win against Medina and on the Contender Series, he got a round 1 KO as well. He hasn't fought anybody good. Zach Reese got the UFC experience here. But if you look at his wins, they're not really all that impressive. BP, talk to me here. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I like Gondra, and I never thought I would. He knocked out Jose Medina. Jose Medina made to UFC for being tough, and that guy's just been put out every step of the way. Gondra's your typical round 1 fighter. Like, he's solid round 1. Is his technique off the charts? No. He is powerful. He's aggressive. We'll go for it. He knows how to win early. I don't know if he knows how to win late. Zach Reese went 3 rounds with Pereira. Last time he lost. He's also been extended before. Cardio, still a big question mark. Love the move to Vegas. Thing about Reese, though, is, he's 6'4", 185, right? Probably should be a 205er. I think his nickname should be Medium Country, right? It's Savage, right? We already have a big country in Nelson. This guy's Medium Country, right? He's actually from the country, but he's going with Savage, which I disagree with. But he's huge. He's big. He's 32. I think maybe 205 is going to be his future. Good subs off his back. He goes for it, right? His guard is decent. He got him in trouble against Cody Brundage. However, I think there's only 2 ways to play this fight. You go Gondra, round 1 knockout, or you go Reese submission, or you lay off, right? I mean, either of these guys can obviously slot their way to a decision. Like Zach Reese, he has enough UFC experience now. Even if he slows down, he kind of knows how to maybe win a decision going 3 rounds. We've seen it before. Not the most pleasant thing in the world. Gondra can't do that. Gandra's a round 1 guy. He's going to fade after round 1. I think Zach Reese possibly could knock him out. He's been knocked out before, Gondra, that is. But I like him with his submission game. I like the submission game on him. So, again, pick your poison here. I'm going Gondra round 1 knockout. It's not as juicy as I would like it. I was a little hasty. I gave that bet to Hayden to play later in this. You'll see later. I was a little hasty to give that. It's just something that kind of really fucking struck with me, because him to win by knockout at all is minus 105, which I think is, whatever. So I had to pick a round, which is round 1. But Zach Reese by submission is plus 400. Not as good as I wanted it to be. I was hoping maybe 600. But Either way, I think this is going to be violent. I think both these guys are going to hopefully get each other out of there early, no matter who wins. Hopefully it's early, because if it goes 3, we're looking at a fucking slop fest. We're looking at some low-level MMA, so we don't want that. So let's hope for a finish.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Gandra round 1 KO is kind of his win condition. Like, I don't really see him having a lot of success after that. Not that like Reese is some great cardio monster, but
right,
like the way Gandra fights, you can't really do that for that long. So, he does have a win by decision, but against 2 is really the question. The guy that he fought on the Contender Series is absolute garbage. And I knew that. I backed Gandra, but I thought once this guy gets to the UFC, like, I'm fading him. And then they give him Medina. No, I'm like, well, I can't take Medina.
Can't fade him, yeah.
So now we get Reese, who's like competent, but I don't really love the matchup because he's kind of defensively flawed on the feet, and even on the ground when he plays guard, like, you're getting hit, man. Like, he's getting hit. He's making a lot of mistakes. But Koya KO'd him from guard essentially, and Gandra's going to be aggressive from the top as well. So I do think Gandra. I picked Gandra, but I'm not going to be betting his money line. I'm not even going to bet him by KO. Like, this is just a pass fight for me.
Sure.
And then
it's not a great fight. Immediately,
no.
Zach Reese moves so well. Like, when you watch him hit pads with Nixick, it's clean. That uppercut knockout of Julian Marquez was so clean. It's just like, where's that guy? Hopefully he shows out and does it. He's 10-3. He's 32. He's not the youngest guy in the world. But, again, I still think a move to 205 might be good. But a 77-inch reach, start working on your chokes, bro. Start taking some fucking necks, dude.
I know. $4.99 from Gavi P. CBS video has 100 views in 2 hours. What is going on with the promotion recently? Majority of casuals don't even know Conor is fighting. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude. I feel like the big YouTube channels, like, just around MMA, like, just don't really get a lot of views. Like, people talking about the fights. Like, I think majority of people go to channels like ours or many others that, like, isn't so, like, produced and stuff like that.
I don't follow CBS.
No, like, it's more for, like, TV. They're gonna put it on TV or put it on Paramount for people to go over. Like, nobody's really going to YouTube to watch CBS's YouTube channel. It's pretty slim. So I get it, but thank you for the $4.99, Gavi P.
Don't know. Usually everyone measures it by, like, the embedded views.
Embedded, yeah.
Press so I'm curious,
views, stuff like that. Yeah.
Curious of what
press conference views have got to be big for this one. Like,
so Conor was in the last embedded episode 3 for like 2 minutes, and it's already at 466K views, 486K views. And that was 8 hours ago. Yeah. So that's gonna be, I mean, the guy still draws in eyeballs. I mean, the public perception of him might be a little negative to some people, but yeah.
All right, moving on. Bantamweight bout, we got Farid Basharat, who's coming in at -650, taking on the short notice John Garza, sits at +475. He's filling in for Ethan Ewing, which I'm very sad about because I was really looking forward to that fight. But in steps John Garza. He's 6-1, 23-year-old kid. And when the fight was announced, everybody was saying they brought in some random, like, high schooler, and he looks very young.
Very young, yeah.
I thought the same thing. I thought, oh my God, they couldn't bring in anything better. But then I watched his tape and I'm like, okay, he's not bad. Like, he's a pretty solid boxer. I mean, he's young in his career and he's young as a person. So it's like, I think he can only get better from this point, but it's a tough ask, man. Like, Farid Basharat's 15-0. He's beaten really solid competition in the UFC, like Lapalus, Matsumoto. Like, these are tough guys, and he's beating them. And I don't really think Garza is on that level or anywhere near that level at this point. So I can understand the line, but I think Garza could maybe have some moments, but Basharat ultimately probably gets to the takedowns and exploits the ground game, where Garza is likely lacking because he's mostly a boxer, and probably finishes him, honestly. Like, if Basharat has any finishing bone in his body, we haven't seen it yet in the UFC, but if he has any finishing bone in his body, this is the time to bring it out, dude, because you're probably levels above this guy on the ground and pound, go for the subs. He does have one sub, I believe, against Rodriguez, Clayton Rodriguez. I could see him fighting another sub here against Garza. So I don't know what the line is on that. I don't think they have props yet. out on this fight, but maybe they do. Maybe they just added them recently. Over-under's at 2.5, slightly shaded to the under. And they got Basharat by sub.
Plus 155 is what the chat's saying. I don't know where we got that number.
Yeah, plus 155.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not FanDuel. Plus 155. What's the inside the distance? Maybe they don't have it, but you can go BP.
No, I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time on this fight. I think Garza has upside. I think he has decent boxing, good power. Coming through the Fury fighting promotion out there in Texas. He's a Texas kid. Out of Dallas, but not repping Safe Saud, which is interesting. Maybe he'll make his way there. Good young kid, but just not ready for Fareed. Fareed is a guy that can win. He knows how to win fights. You know, it's not the most exciting, but he knows what to do to win. And a guy like this, a young kid like this with very little ground game, very little time to prepare for you, and you're a minus 650 favorite, I feel like you have to finish. If you don't finish, it's a fail. Now, maybe John Garza is way better than we think on the ground or that we know of, right? And then we can re-opinionate ourselves after. But right now, sitting here, if Basharat, one of the Bash Bros, doesn't finish Garza, I think it's a loss, right? You know, I think the UFC will look at that and go, man, right? Unless Garza really shows himself. But yeah, I like Basharat here. I like him sub by plus 155. It's not bad. I can see maybe like him taking his back and getting TKO'd as well. Just punching down on him if he can't get a neck. Either way, Basharat by finish is how I would play it.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of hesitant about the sub number at plus 155 because I'm like, ground and pound TKO could be live.
Yeah.
Garza's been TKO'd before. Oh, look at this. John Garza, follower of Hey Jive Picks. I got
him back, bro.
With the follow back. He's a Hey Jive Picks supporter.
There you go.
We will be pulling for John Garza this Saturday.
Let's go, John Garza.
Unless I end up putting money on Basharat.
But we still respect that you follow Hey Jive Garza.
And then it's next time, Mr. Garza. Then it's next time. All right, now we talk about the Pinas. Damien comes in at minus 240, taking on Cesar Almeida. Sits at plus 205. Cesar Almeida, 38. He's going to be 14 years older than Mr. Pinas. Same height, but a 5.5-inch reach advantage for Damien. Cesar Almeida, longtime Glory kickboxer, beat Alex Pereira at one point in his life a long time ago. But Almeida, 9 fights in his professional MMA career, 10 fights for Pinas. So he's got the experience advantage in MMA, but he's 1-0 in the UFC, coming off the win against my boy, Wes Schultz. West got knocked out in round 1. BP, what are you thinking here? Favorite, or are we taking the shot?
I always take Pinas. Pinas. I always take it. Now, I mean, listen, Almeida, he came over because he saw, Politan, the success. I beat this guy. I can make a lot of money, because he's about the same age as Alex, right? Comes over and his skills have not translated well to MMA. He's low volume, not the biggest power in MMA that he has. He's been dropped before. He's been outstruck before by other fighters. Just not really what you've seen. And obviously he's working. I believe he was training with Pereira at one point. If he might still be working hard on his ground game. Glover Teixeira's got those guys in Connecticut really good with, it's a really good coach to bring over if you have no ground game. He teaches you well. But Damien Pinas is a guy who's big, he's powerful, he's strong, he's aggressive, he's fearless in there. Doesn't know what it's like. He's 9-1, but he doesn't really know what it's like to like lose at this level. And I think he's constantly getting better. And I think his coaches see how good he's getting, and he's training with high level guys and he's doing better in the rounds. I just think he has more ways to win against Almeida. I mean, Almeida again has a kickboxing experience. He can shy away. He can maybe kick up the legs on Pinas a little bit, but ultimately I think Damien's going to find a shot because he's going to be aggressive. He won't be scared of Almeida, and he's going to put him down. Almeida, again, has been dropped before, has been knocked out before. He's 38 years old. I just don't think MMA is really his thing. I don't think MMA striking is his thing because there's a difference between MMA and kickboxing striking. Give me Damien. Give me the Pinas, man. Give me the big Pinas. Minus 240 by knockout. By knockout might be aggressive. If you can gag on Pinas, you'll win. Nice. Drag. Huh? Well, I think gag might have worked better. 5-5 of Pinas advantage. Pinas by knockouts minus 110. That's interesting. I don't love that number. Either way, I'm gonna take him this fight. I just never been a big Cesar Almeida guy. Just not enough volume and just not there. And he rode the coattails of beating Alex Payette in kickboxing to get here, and he just hasn't really done it. Right? Yeah, cool. You beat Dylan Bucka, and you got lost of Kopylov, and then you beat Iho Porteria, who fucking stinks up the joint. Like, you're just not the guy. But give me Damian Pinas.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think I like Pinas this week, man. I think I do. No Diddy, but I think Damian's gonna crack it, man. Almeida's been hurt in his last few fights. Cesare, I think Cesare got injured in that fight and then just kind of grappled him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I like the KO, but I wouldn't rule out a sub because, who has Almeida really faced with a sub threat?
No.
And I'm not saying Pinas is some great sub threat, but he's 24. He's a good athlete. He's going to be learning. He does have a submission win, and the club and sub could, maybe happen. Almeida, he's never been KO'd, so maybe he gets dropped and then sticks his neck in something and Pinas just chokes him out.
A little club and sub. So, yeah. I mean, and Damian's training and learning and young enough and, full of cum enough, you know what they say, to jump for something. Fuck it. I hit this in practice. I'm not worried about giving up position. I'm going to jump for it, right? I love that. I love that mentality. That's a good play. What is him by submission?
I'm not going to play the sub, but I'm just saying.
10-1. Hey, Jive.
It's a little juicy, but
you're going to kick yourself if you don't play it. I'm going to play it. I'll play it for you.
If you like the KO, I would just play him inside the distance. Play it. You're going to have to pay a little bit more, but just give yourself some insurance in that asset. He's definitely a guy that I want to keep my eye on because he's a great athlete. I think his accuracy on his punches this is extraordinary. You don't see guys in MMA that land accurate punches as well as Damian does. This is very accurate. He's got that long reach, but he shortens up his punches very nicely in the pocket. Nice little shovel uppercut and the short hooks. And I think that 1-2 that he knocks everybody out, the jab cross, is going to get to Almeida because Almeida keeps his hands like this, kind of like Poetan. 1-2 down the pipe, should be there. You guys, different caliber. Your UFC guys, different caliber. I don't know what that means. He's probably talking about somebody in the chat. I'm here
to warn you, don't bet on Max.
Okay,
Carlos. Okay, Carlos.
I fear that it's too late, Carlos. I fear that the bet has already been placed. I'm sorry. All right, let's move on to some ladies. See if BP still knows his chicks. Tracy Cortez comes in as a slight favorite, -114 now. She was the underdog earlier in the week. Wayne Kong, -106, 4-1 in the UFC. Only loss was to Gabriela Fernandez by sub, coming off the win against Eduardo Mora by decision. Tracy Cortez coming off a submission loss as well against Erin Blanchfield in her last time out. She's the younger fighter with more UFC experience. What do you think here, BP?
So this scares me. And here's why. Tracy Cortez has solid wrestling. She has a solid wrestling background. She has left Arizona, right? So she's with a new team, new camp. And I think Wayne Kong's wrestling defense is bad. Last time she fought Mora, I picked Mora. She lost, but Mora landed 3 takedowns. But Wayne Kong obviously is getting better with the grappling, getting back to the feet. She's dangerous on the feet. I don't think Tracy can touch her on the feet. I think Tracy's tough. She's durable. But I don't think she can really throw hands with Kong. And I think Kong whole game plan needs to stop the takedown and punish her. And this isn't 2006 where if you get a takedown, you win a round, right? You got to do damage. And I just don't know if Tracy can do damage. But again, I'm going back on my principles of the fact that I think Wayne Kong's wrestling is weak, right? But I'm going to go Wayne Kong, right? Yeah, everyone Wayne Kong tonight. -106. I don't love it, right? This fight scares me. I have flipped a lot on this fight. I just don't think Tracy Cortez has anything besides wrestling. She'll win really close decisions. Again, she's durable. She's tough. She'll be in there. I know she got finished by Blanchfield on the ground, but I don't see Kong doing that. Kong can obviously finish on the feet if she lands something big. But yeah, I like Wayne Kong here. I'm not overly confident. I do like the low number at -106. That could be a nice little parlay piece if you are confident. Not for me, not for this guy. I do know chicks. I have a tattoo on my back. I know chicks. People on the beach were like, what the fuck does that mean? It means I know chicks, bro. But I like Wayne Kong.
I got to agree with Trent here. I thought Tracy would be the clear favorite here.
Yeah.
I think it's her fight to lose.
Okay.
I don't really see why she should lose this fight unless she's going to be an idiot and not wrestle.
Sure.
If she can get Wayne Kong to the ground, like Kong's not getting back up, bro. Like she does not have – she's got decent initial takedown defense, but she doesn't really have much of a get-up game, especially out in space. Like up against the cage, maybe she can get to a knee, get back up to her feet, but I don't think she's going to have much on the ground. And Tracy's got pretty good top pressure, and she actually does have pretty good ground and pound on the ground. If you remember what she did to Viviane Araújo, bro, she took her down and fucking smoked her.
Yeah, I just don't know. She hasn't finished anybody. She doesn't
not much of a finisher. But I mean, dude, did you see the way that Kong defended that rear naked choke from Mora? That was like, is this chick even trying to defend the choke? Like, what do you?
I thought I had more in that fight. I bet it, and I was, spending my money. I thought it was over. I thought it was over
too. I don't know what happened there. I guess Mora like gassed her arms out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And if you're Wayne Kong, this is gonna be the biggest weigh-in of your career, probably ever. You got to go to the face paint again. You got to do the Joker face paint. You have to do that.
Yeah. She also missed weight her last fight against Mora. So we'll see if that's
she did. Yeah.
Weight miss could be an issue. I just don't really think Kong's beaten anybody for her to be a favorite here against Cortez. Like I know she's a good striker, but Cortez is decent enough on the feet for me to believe that she hangs with her. And then the grappling upside is clear as day to me. So I think it's a fight to lose. So I like Cortez. $2 dono from Mariano Ortega, 24. Wayne KO, both eyelashes, knocks out both eyelashes. I would actually
Tracy
love
Cortez.
That. Yeah, I would love that. I don't even like Tracy Cortez. I'm not a Tracy Cortez.
Did you see fucking Ortega barrier in that interview? Dude?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I did a video.
She's obviously, listen, she's very attractive. She's a beautiful woman, right?
I don't even think she's hot.
I think she's hot. Ortega was like, this girl like ruined my life. Basically didn't want me to see my kids.
Oh, yeah. I could see it from a mile away. I made a whole video on this, BP. I said,
how have you?
I've been saying this for a long time. I said,
Pajeda, Alex Pajeda, single man, he's got kids too, rich, famous, whatever. He's with her for about 2 weeks. And it was like, no bueno. Like, see ya.
Yeah, he knew.
The hot chicks are, they're a bit of an issue sometimes.
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them. I mean, some are great. Some are great. Some are a handful. I only use that because the hottest girl I went to high school with, unequivocally the hottest girl we all thought, right, was like holding a conversation with her was like drilling a drill in your fucking brain. Like she was so like, and she still is. I ran into her a couple months ago. Not married, no kids, which is fine. That's your life. Do what you want. But there's a reason you're not, because you're still very attractive, but you can't have a conversation without wanting to fucking bash your brains in.
Yeah, if you're like a really hot chick, that's like the equivalent to a guy being like born into like wealth. Like you don't have to really prove
work for it.
You don't have to work for anything, so you never really have to like
develop any kind of personality, any kind of traits.
You don't have to know how to like talk to people. Like people just give you credence because you look good.
This girl dated a friend, a cousin, my friend's cousin. I didn't know him all that well. They dated. He broke up with her. She couldn't believe it. She leaves his condo and like destroys his motorcycle, kicks it over, takes high heels to it, busts it all up. He calls the cops. Cops comes and arrests her, and she has no idea why she's getting arrested. Why? What'd I do? What do you mean? What do you mean? You just destroyed a fucking car. Like that's the level of this chick, right? Like, but again, she looks good. She looks good.
Should we rate Tracy from a scale of 1 to 10?
For me personally, I mean, she's not exactly my type. If I'm going just for me, I do think she's attractive. If Mackenzie Dern is a 10 for the MMA scale, if Mackenzie Dern's, who's hotter than Mackenzie Dern in MMA?
Are we talking MMA skill or just like
just MMA skill?
I don't know.
Huh?
MMA skill for Dern or for Cortez?
For Dern, I think MMA skill. I think Dern's a 10. I think she's the standard hot MMA. I think Tracy Cortez is a solid 7
for MMA skill.
MMA skill. Real life scale, again, she's not my type per se. But listen, I've had sex with women that look like refrigerators. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Back in my young days, it was free. It was fucking free for all. But on like, this is rude and sexist, but it's a fun.
Yeah, this is real like a very weird conversation, but
yeah, it's okay.
Well, we'll wrap it up. To answer the question,
Ditcheva, someone just commented Ditcheva. I think Ditcheva is pretty. Yeah, I think Dern's a little better than Ditcheva, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, very different.
Someone said Vanderjandrova.
That's my girl. Well, Berna's actually the 10 on the scale.
Berna, that hair, brother.
You can't beat Berna's personality. That's for sure.
Can't beat her eyes either, so you'll never see where you're going.
I'd probably agree with you. 7 for Cortez. MMA scale 7. Maybe 7.5. Like the scale's pretty low, but
yeah, again, there's some beautiful fighters out there, but Ditcheva is, she's dating Rasta, right? Dalton Rasta, is that what she's dating?
Yeah. Big muscle dude.
Yeah, muscled up dude. He just got knocked out.
He did. Better start rating the dudes too. Don't want to be sexist. Well,
I can rate the dudes right now, bro.
MMA scale, I'd probably put, if you like a little Hawaiian flair. Kamaka.
Well, who do you think's the best looking guy in this card? I'll tell you right now who it is.
Don't say it. Best looking guy on this card?
Without even batting an eyelash, I tell you who it is.
Okay. Gable? You gonna say Gable?
No.
I thought you were just going for the Gable glaze.
No, bro.
Who?
Fucking Cody Garbrandt.
Oh, dude,
he's a pretty boy.
Fucking serious right now?
It's either Cody. I know. My wife thinks Brandon Revol's kind of hot. I know Brandon Revol. Yeah, she thinks Revol's pretty hot, and apparently,
is hot.
According to Laura Sanko, Brandon Revol got his nickname Raw Dog for a reason. That dude bangs a lot of broads. And then Lana Kavanaugh isn't a bad looking kid either, but he's just so small. Lana Kavanagh's 5'4". He's so small.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she thinks he's kind of hot. And it sucks because he kind of looks like a friend of mine, a good friend of mine too. So I said, so that means you think so-and-so's good looking. She's like, well, he's not bad looking. And I'm like, okay, all right.
That's
if I said that about your friend,
yeah, right.
Fuck killed.
Verna Jandro was better than Tracy. Absolutely, Mariano.
She's a better fighter, that's for sure.
$3. All right, let's get back to the breakdown.
All right, yeah, we got to blow off track. I love going off track, but let's get back to the breakdown because I love this fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. Featherweight bout, we got Luke Riley -260. Kai Kamaka the third comes back at +220. Kai got a win in his second stint in his last time out against Dakota Hope by split. Luke Riley 2-0 in the UFC, 1 KO win, 1 win by decision. Last one against Michael Aswell. He's Patty Pimblett teammate. He's undefeated. He's the clear favorite here, BP. Do we like the favorite, or are we going for old Kai?
Yeah, so I think Kai Kamaka has done really well outside the UFC. He came back to UFC, got a nice little solid win there. He's a guy that isn't the biggest finisher in the world. He's durable. He's pretty tough. But look at it. 14 decision wins. The guy gets after it. He's hard to put away. He hasn't been finished before. Luke Riley, the decision win over Michael Aswell is not aging well. Aswell is a tough, durable dude. I get it. Not the guy who we thought he was. I like Luke Riley, though. I think Luke Riley has big power. The number shocks me. It scares me a little bit. -260. I get it. Patty's boy. He was in camp with Patty. He's got the upside. Kamaka still getting his feet wet in the UFC. He's now had the best UFC record. So I like Luke Riley here. I like Luke Riley by knockout, which I wish was a better number. Kai Kamaka can throw down. He has a lot of volume. I think Luke Riley, his technique is pretty good, but I think it's not the cleanest. He more relies on that big power. That left hook is beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Dan Hardy when Dan Hardy fought. Luke Riley by KO +215. I'll be playing that later. I do look Luke Riley here. It's a guy that I've been keeping my eye on. I emptied the clip on him earlier this year. He won for me. I might be returning the same. I might be returning to the same formula that got me a dub a few months ago. But I do think he's a solid guy. He's different from Patty, right? Patty's striking is what it is. Luke is a little more consistent and powerful, and it usually takes him a little bit to get into the fight as well. So I'm kind of interested to see how they fight, because I think it's gonna be fight of the night. Could be fight of the night because Kai has good cardio, tons of volume, not a ton of power. Luke Riley can have tons of volume, but typically relies on his power and also puts his chin out there. Like this dude in Cage Wars got busted up a few times. He got busted up, in his UFC debut. He got taken out a much and then rebounded well in the second round. But yeah, I like Luke Riley here. The only reason I'm not screaming to the fucking rooftops is because minus 260 is a little scary to me. Kai Kamaka at plus 220 with the experience could really shit in a lot of people's apple pies. But I like Luke Riley.
Kind of agree with B. Kerr here. Sprinkled Kai Kamako.
Don't hate that at all.
1,200. I think that's kind of his money line, bro.
Yeah.
Like if
don't hate that at all.
It's going to be a split city because that's what he always does. Fights to the level of his competition. At times, it kind of reminds me of like a sparring session. Like the guy is kind of going at his opponent's pace, where he's like, not getting ahead of him too much, but also not falling behind too much. And it's like just close fights, man.
Yeah.
So.
And I hope what separates that is Riley's power, right? Because you can be in the flow, we're touching, and then you get hit with something. You're like, oh wait, I'm gonna fucking fight now. I'm not in the gym anymore. Get out of the motions and start fighting.
I think that's what happens. Is Riley just lands bigger shots, and maybe Kai can mix in a couple takedowns, but I don't see him like just wrestle fucking him.
No,
for the fight. So I think Riley wins, but not laying minus 260.
Tough line, man.
I'm interested in maybe the KO, but Kai's been super tough throughout his career. So if it's plus 200 or something like that,
plus 215 on DraftKings. I mean, you can probably get maybe a little better number, a little worse number.
Yeah, it's not enough for me.
Yeah,
for it to take it there.
It's a little light in my opinion as well. I kind of went with it.
Yeah, I would maybe. I'm not trying to force it, but late KO for Riley. If he's starting to land big shots, maybe he can turn up the pace a little bit.
And he does fight better as the fight goes on. Usually it's pretty good. And he's coming off a 3-round stand-up with Aswell. He's a solid boxer. So, back-to-back camps fighting guys with some stand-up. And again, Aswell is more volume than power as well. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be a fucking fantastic fight. It's going to be a great fight.
Should be a fun one. All right, let's move on to your boy, Cody Garbrandt. It's at plus 350. Taking on Adrian Yanez, minus 450. Yanez coming off the loss, which wasn't a loss. It was a draw. It very easily could have been a loss if he does not get that knockdown with about a couple seconds left. But it ultimately,
rules, he wins. Pride rules, he wins.
Yeah, I mean, he should have won anyway. I thought he won at least one of the first 2 rounds, and he won the third. But it goes down as a draw. Cody coming off a win, which should have been a loss. Only reason he fucking fuck you, dude. That's the VP hit his sicko on that shit. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Just absolutely ridiculous that he won that fight. Didn't win a single round, bro. I don't know how you score a round for Cody in that fight. He didn't do anything. But
he got fouled a whole bunch, bro. Hard to fight when you got no nuts.
Well, he's just fucking baiting nut shots the entire fight, and then he's fake puking, and then comes out, act like he wants to fight, and then he gets kneed in the nuts again, and then doesn't want to fight because they took another point. So, yeah, Cody's not a fighter at this point. He's going in there running around, and Yanez should win. But the problem is, if Cody's not in there to fight, then not a lot happens. And then you have minus 450 on Yanez, and it could come down to like a few exchanges in a round, and that's how they score it. So, yeah, this is a pass fight for me. BP, what do you think?
Oh, I'm not passing. I love this fight. Line's really wide, right? When I saw Yanez this big of a favorite, I went, what, right? Because I know Adrian Yanez is a great guy. By the way, when he came off the Contender Series, I used to do MMA Takes podcast, RIP. If you go to my YouTube channel, you scroll probably all the way down to the fucking bottom, right? There's the card right there. Yanez coming on my show, this guy that I used to do the show with, Dev Tata, interviewed him. We had like 15 views. And Yanez took the time and got interviewed off the Contenders. Great guy. Been a fan of him ever since. Started his MMA career hot, but not everybody's Tony Kelly, right?
Yeah.
You got knocked out by Rob Font, right? Rob Font doesn't knock anybody out. Rob Font didn't knock Cody Garbrandt out. And Cody Garbrandt gets knocked out by everybody, right? That was an ugly loss. That set you back. Then you rebound against Jonathan Martinez, you get your fucking leg kicked off. And ever since then, it's been not really much improvement. I know he left his gym. I believe he was Safe Saud, but there's really not much improvement. What I like about Yanez is he goes after it. He's willing to get hit. He's a dog in there, right? I thought he should have won against Ricky Simone. I thought he looked pretty good in that fight. But he wants to get after it. Cody, at this point in his career, knows that his chin's gone. Knows that he has a speed advantage over pretty much everybody in this division. So he's going to circle, pot shot you, right? I think if Cody has a game plan of kicking that fucking leg, moving, maybe even doing some wrestling, really slowing Yanez down, because Yanez is really good on his front foot. He takes a jab, right? Takes a jab really well to give one back. Cody can't take a jab anymore, right? Yanez is there to get hit, and he wants to hit you back. Cody can't get hit back, right? The chin is officially gone. I'm hoping for a couple nut shots, but the line, man, this line is too wide. I'm going Cody Garbrandt. I'm going Cody Garbrandt at plus 350. I think he can get a decision win. Cody still has that fucking crazy right hand. The problem with him is he overthrows it. He doesn't set anything up. Yeah. It's the same guy we've seen the past 15 times. It's the same thing. He doesn't disguise it. He wings it. You start hiding that shit. You start like setting some things up. It can be something, but he's very fast. And if he really worked on his leg kicks and kicked up Yanez's leg, it'd be great. I don't want to box him with Yanez, but plus 350, bro, it's just too high, too big of a number. I think Cody could maybe squeak out another fucking undeserved decision win. So that's why I'm taking Cody Garbrandt.
It is too high of a number because Cody just doesn't allow you to do anything.
Yeah, he avoids it. He runs around.
Avoids it. So
yeah.
I mean, I get the sentiment. What was I gonna pull up? Oh yeah, I remember we pull a Yanez card like almost every week.
Yeah. Every week we pulled a Cody. We pulled like 16 Yanez's. Yeah, I like Yanez a lot, right? And again, I'm been an MMA fan for 24 years, right? 24, almost 25 years. And Cody Garbrandt versus Dom Cruz is still one of my favorite performances. Like that Cody Garbrandt was just insane. And we never saw him again. We saw him round one against TJ Dillashaw. And then he fights like an idiot. The second fight with TJ, I rewatched that recently. Like the dude literally tucked his head and just threw three right hands in a row and then gets knocked out. Like what a fucking bonehead, right? But hey, he went back to his roots his last fight. Right? Went back to his roots. He's back to his roots this time. They interviewed his coach, the Ohio boy, on Embedded. Yeah, we're going to get a win here. He's going to run around. He's going to get a decision win. Let go.
I can't believe they give him fights though. Every time it's going back to his roots. Putting the wrestling shoes on. He's going back to the roots. He puts on his running shoes and just runs around and does nothing. So we'll see if he can get a couple nut shots in this one and pull off another W.
We need it, babe.
And we've made it.
To
the Glaze session.
No.
Abel Stevenson comes in at minus 3,300, taking on Alicia Ellison at plus 1,400. The biggest favorite in UFC history is a man with 3 professional MMA fights. He's 26, 6'1", making his UFC debut against the 0-1 in the UFC, Alicia Ellison. BP, take it away.
Yeah, so everyone knows I'm a huge Gable Stevenson fan. I bought a shirt. Not last week, 2 weeks ago, I said Conor McGregor was a convicted rapist. I got a ton of shit for that, right? He was not, I used the wrong word. He wasn't convicted. He was found guilty in a civil trial, lost by appeal. So he was found guilty of rape. He talked about it this week. He said he's completely innocent, whatever, public opinion. I'm not a guy to label someone something because of what they're accused of. I had a friend in college who wasn't a close friend of mine, but a friend in college who got kicked out of school and everything because he sexually assaulted this girl, allegedly. 3 years later, the girl said, I made it all up. I want to get back at him because he broke up with me, right? So things like this happen. What's more realistic? The women get sexually assaulted, right? That's more realistic. So the Gable Stevenson thing, I was supporting him and people were like, oh, he's a rapist. He's this, he's that. And I looked it up and I heard he was accused of this with another wrestler from Minnesota, and he got off. And then MMA On Point did a great video recently that he got off of a loophole. And then I went deep. Because, you know, I got to try to find some truth amidst the bullshit. And how true this is, I don't know. The reports are this other wrestler did some horrible things to a woman, and Gable Steveson was present. That is what the Minnesota people are saying. The people in the know. And how in the know are they? I don't know. That's all bullshit. However, if you're in a room with a guy and he's doing some shit to a woman, whether it's raping her, apparently they stuck some objects in her pussy, right? Yeah, right. Some hardcore stuff. If you're in a room with a friend of yours, don't care how good of a friend he is, and he's doing that to a girl, and you're all drunk, right? And you don't stop it, you don't kick that dude's fucking teeth in, you're a scumbag. So the Gable Steveson shirt's in the trash. I'm no longer a supporter of Gable Steveson. He has not been found guilty, right? Because of the loophole, which they changed the law. For all I know, he might be fucking innocent, right? You know, he never got convicted, never got charged. He claims his innocence. He doesn't talk about it a lot. I try to find interviews where he gets asked questions about that. He doesn't answer them. But as a guy, as a father, as a moral human being with 2 children, I cannot really back a guy like that. However, I do still think he's a very good fighter. I still think he will be something big in the UFC. I just can't be on that train. I'm going to watch him fight. I'm obviously going to pick him here. I think he should destroy, knockout in round 1. But I can't get on the side of Gable Steveson because of the human he is. I know he's married with kids now. You make mistakes when you're younger. I did some dumb stuff, but I never did anything like that. Not even fucking close. That's immoral. That's inhuman. That's disgusting. If he did do it. And all the consensus of people in Minnesota, he was at least present when things happened. The other guy apparently did all the stuff. Present or not, dude, be a man. That's fucking disgusting. So even though this is just my opinion of him, people might disagree, people might love him, might hate him, whatever. I'm off the train. I'm embarrassed I bought this shirt. Again, it's in the trash, but he'll win this fight. Yeah, I can't support a guy that has some baggage like that. And the bigger the star he gets, the more we're gonna find out about what happened, because he's gonna have to answer the questions. Connor just answered them today. Like, Gable's gonna have to start answering these questions down the road, and maybe this will be more truth to come out. The one thing that's holding me up though is, not to brag, I went to Cincinnati State. It's a community college, no big deal, and I got a paralegal certificate. And I have some lawyers in my family and whatnot. You know, law runs in my blood. I'm like Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny. You know, I dabble in bird law here and there. But when he got accused of this, they had 90 days to bring charges to him. They waited about 6 months, and then they dropped all charges because of this weird loophole. That's very unusual. 6 months after a woman was saying she was raped, and you don't bring charges on somebody. So some fuckery went on. I don't know what's going on in fucking Minnesota, but yeah, needless to say, he's going to win this fight. That's my spiel. Sorry if I bored everybody, but yeah.
Full breakdown on the Gable Steveson loophole.
Just my opinion, just my opinion. MMA On Point did a great video on YouTube I watched the other day, and that sent me down a Reddit hole. Dude, I was on Minnesota fucking forums talking about Gable Steveson and then this wrestler, I forget his name.
Jeez. You only get this on the Big Jive MMA Show, guys. You're not going to get a full breakdown of Gable Steveson versus Alicia Ellison, and also the breakdown on the Gable Steveson loophole. Only here on the Big Jive MMA Show. So thank you, BP, for that.
No problem.
In my opinion, I knew about the loophole stuff, but yeah. I'm like, there's really no way for us to know like what happened.
We don't really know what happened exactly.
There's allegations and stuff, so like I'm not really judging him off that, but I just think he's a fake nice guy. I don't like the way he acts like so nice. I just don't see it. It reminds me of John Jones, and I know he like trains with John Jones, but
John, not only does he train with John Jones is like his mentor, which is even sick because John Jones is not a good person.
Yeah, he's his mentor. Like, they're just fake nice people, bro. Yeah. Like, they'll be nice to you, like face to face. Like, I'm sure everyone that they encounter, they're like nice to and polite and all that stuff. But like behind the scenes, like I don't think these are good people. I just don't believe it whatsoever. So I just don't really like that. And also what I said in the video is like, he's this big hyped prospect that hasn't done anything in the sport, but we're supposed to like glaze the fuck out of him. I don't like it. I just don't like people telling me who I should like and who I shouldn't like. I don't like Gable Steveson, but he's going to absolutely win this fight. Like he's going to run through Alicia Ellison. So it's the biggest favorite in UFC history. You could argue that this fight shouldn't even be happening, but it's a necessary step for him to like get into the UFC. He's only 3-0. So I understand why they gave him Alicia Ellison, like an absolute layup. But, you know, this is part of the game. You know, you got to go in there and get your feet wet in the UFC before they give you like a Derek Lewis or.
I mean, winning the heavyweight Olympic gold medal is like one of the hardest things to do, right? And he did it. And then he's looked really good against complete bums, right, in the MMA show and their dirty boxing. He wrestled Romanoff and RFA and just embarrassed them. I really thought they were going to give him a better, but this is UFC formula. They see a star in him. It's well, not really Connor.
Like, I don't think he's a star. Like he's a good athlete, and
he fucking got booted out of WWE so quick. There's another video I watched on there's literally titled "Why Did Gable Steveson Fail in WWE?" People fucking hated him. They hated him.
He's not likable whatsoever. So the fact that like we're supposed to be hyped about this guy when nobody likes him, like I don't get it.
Maybe he'll turn a corner. I don't really know him on the personality side. I follow him on social media. You don't really get much of his personality, but I just think the MMA in whole needs guys like this because we've missed out on a lot of guys like David Taylor, one of the best American wrestlers ever. He's coaching. I think he's Oklahoma State now or whatever. He should have been fighting MMA. Didn't Kyle Schneider, Ohio State legend. These guys pass on it, right? Because there's not enough money. They can make more money wrestling. A guy like Bo Nickel, blue chip. A guy like Gable Steveson, like they have the ingredients to be really good. And one of these guys are going to come in and they're going to have it all. They're going to have the blue chip prospect, incredible athleticism, and they're going to have the personality. Bo Nickel doesn't really have the best personality. You know, I've known some people that worked in the UFC that actually said him and his team are actually quite big assholes. Gable Steveson clearly doesn't have personality, right? But I just love the upside of his talent, right? Because I do think he could be something special. But to do that, you got to go out there and you got to fucking butcher Alicia Ellison within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to.
You got to do it easily.
You got to do it easy.
$4.99 from Gavi P. I never understand how people are so drunk, can't remember anything, but can remember they told them no. There's always holes in the story, right?
There's holes in the story. Again, the friend I went to college, I didn't go to college. I was living on UC campus and he was in college. He wasn't even there the night this girl accused him, right? He wasn't even fucking there. But he got kicked out of school and his parents had to pay a ton of legal fees and it was a nightmare for him. And then she came forth and said, I made it all up. And what's crazy to me is she didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like if you lie about it, you should get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I know what women have to go through is absolutely fucking horrible in every walks of the life, right? I understand that. But like, if you make it up to get back at somebody or to pick because you're mad at somebody and that holds so much weight in this world and it's one of the most vile things someone could do and you accuse someone of that, it's like, something's got to happen to that person. I think it's horrible.
Another $9.99 from Gavi P. Said a girl threatened him with an allegation because they didn't like him. Some women are absolutely insane. There are some crazy women. Said she was going to call my work because I wasn't replying fast enough. That's cool. Yeah, you got to block that one.
Yeah, there's that woman who got arrested because she went on a date with a guy on Tinder. And it's a famous story. You can look it up. It's like the picture of her mugshot. It's like, she's pretty, but she's like, and she sent him like 1,500 text messages in like 48 hours and was like stalking him after one date. And her mugshot is just like, it's fucking nuts. But listen, I think women are far superior sex than men. What they have to go through in this life, giving birth, being compassionate, being moms, all those things, all the above. You know, my mother was my hero. I was raised by, I love her. My grandmother is incredible. But women are also human. They lie, right? They can lie. Not, you know what I mean? But again, we don't know the situation. We don't know.
Like you're defending him, man.
No. I'm not defending him. I'm out on him. I'm just saying I've been in situations where, unfortunately, a close friend of mine, it happened to him and it's fucking horrible. And friends of ours still look at him as like, oh, that guy, he fucking raped that girl in college or whatever.
Yeah.
It's still labeled, it's still tagged to him, even though it's been completely disproven. So again, it's just an unfair world that we live in. But yeah, everyone's saying, oh, shut up, big gun, they ain't letting you hit. Like, bro, I'm married, man. Bro knows as a woman. No, I just, again, I've seen my, yeah, well, we won't get into super personal details, but yeah, let's just say, I get triggered when it comes to, I think everyone should, when it comes to women getting sexually assaulted and abused. I think that is just absolutely disgusting and vile. And, it's important to not brush that under the rug, because look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson went to jail for rape and people think he's a fucking legend still. And he hasn't been good boxer since 1991. Right? I mean, what the fuck? I think that guy, it wasn't Hangover movies. He's riding on private jets with Dana. The guy's not a good person, or at least maybe he grown to be a better person, but whatever. We can get in the woods all day. Let's talk fighting, bro. The fucking corpse is fighting next.
We'll hit this one chat, Dono, and then we'll hop into Gabby P, Dodger pitcher. Trevor Bauer lost $100 million contract, and she was found lying, but still awarded $300K for no reason.
I remember that. He had all the text messages between her.
Oh, yeah, I do. I remember that too.
And then they got text messages she sent to her friend with him laying next to her, basically saying like, oh, I'm going to get this motherfucker.
Yeah. That's
Trevor Bauer pitched for Cincinnati Reds, and there's a couple people I know that he was laying pipe all over the city for the year he was here. But no allegations about him. He's fighting a corpse. Yeah. No allegations of him being a creep, just him just laying pipe everywhere.
All right, well, we got Robert Whitaker coming in at -125, taking on Nikita Krylov.
He's fighting a corpse. Yep.
Ooh, BP labeled as a corpse. It is last fight against Modi B. And Nikita Krylov, the corpse himself, went in there and got a KOW against Modi B, which was that the first empty the clip? Did you have? No, I don't.
I think so. I don't know if it was the first one. It was definitely the one. I did a video where my daughter came in and slapped me for how fucking wrong I was. So it might have been the first one.
Krylov was a dog in that one, and he's a dog here against the former champion Robert Whitaker, moving up to 205. 35 years of age for Bobby Knuckles, and coming off a couple of losses back at middleweight against RDR and Hamzat Chimaev. BP, are you still fading the corpse of Nikita Krylov?
Yeah. Listen, I can't call the guy a corpse and then say, yeah, he's going to win. I still think he's a corpse. I'm so shocked that he's 34. This dude fought a heavyweight like 20 years ago, right? He started his career as a heavyweight. Like, what do we know? Like, he's 34 years old. Like, but yeah, his whole career, he's been known to be pretty durable, but just was susceptible to submissions. Like, he could take a big shot, but he would get tapped out. Robert Whitaker, he's got 5 subs on his record. I know he primarily trains in a really heavily jiu-jitsu camp out there in Australia. I didn't initially love the move or Whitaker going to 205. I mean, this guy fought at 170, 185. He's 35. I get he doesn't want to cut the weight. And I know he's like, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's probably pretty fucking dense, right? But you're going to have to make up that reach advantage here. It's like, 4 inches against Nikita Krylov, who throws out a pretty long jab. Whitaker's got that kind of bouncy karate, close in. I'm going to be interested in see how Whitaker approaches the fight, because against tall fighters, and I'm not comparing Nikita Krylov to fucking Izzy Adesanya, but tall fighters, Robert Whitaker has struggled with reaches because of his striking style. Is he going to grapple? I think that'd be an interesting tactic if he decides to grapple here, because you got to imagine at 205, not cutting on that weight, being 35 years old, he might have a little bit more pep in his step, might have a little more cardio. Cutting that weight really zaps you, and he's probably not cutting any weight, maybe 3 or 4 pounds, the day of. But Robert Whitaker by submissions plus 1,400. Listen, if there's some stabs out there, you know what I mean? There's some stabs. Robert Whitaker, he could take a neck, and Nikita Krylov gets submitted pretty easily. I don't know if I'm going to play that. I love the number Robert Whitaker by KOs plus 200. I think Whitaker's getting a finish here. I think you got to finish this corpse, and then you got to do the fucking Tito Ortiz gravedigger shovel celebration on him. Whitaker's too classy of a guy to do that, but bury this guy, right? Bury this fucking guy. He's been submitted 6 times, and you're Robert Whitaker coming from this highly trained, the best jiu-jitsu school in Australia is what they claim. Grab a neck, bro. Let's see it. Grab a neck. I like Whitaker. I like Whitaker by finish. How am I going to get there on Saturday? I don't know. I don't know yet. But 14-1. 14 is my favorite number. It's the day my daughter was born, June 14th. So we might be playing that, babe. Right? We might be playing it. I've bet worse, right? I've taken shots on worse. Nikita Krylov corpse getting out of here. If he wins again. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do something because maybe I'll fly to Ukraine and just let him beat the shit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
If he wins again, man, the corpse is officially risen, dude. Like,
yeah,
he looked like a dead man, and he went out there and beat Modi B. But
Bobby also looked like shit his last time out too.
Yeah, I think Modi B is awful. So I mean, Bobby Knuckles is a much better fighter than Modi B. But I fucking hate this move for Whitaker, dude. He fought at welterweight, dude. He shouldn't be fighting at 205. He's not that big. He just doesn't want to cut the weight. Yeah. He's got his whole family flown in from Australia to Vegas. Yeah. This is giving me red flags like all over the place.
He's got a newborn. Like he's got 7 or 6 kids. They're all in that. You see the embedded? They're all in the pool. That's a lot, bro. I got 2 kids and I just got back from vacation. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah, I got 1 kid and that was a lot. I'm like, how is this guy like mentally okay for a fight when he's dealing with 6 kids? And he's like he literally plays what is it, World of Warcraft or whatever. He's like a huge like gamer. I don't get it, man.
Where's your time going? You know what I mean? Like what do you like? Where's the time?
I don't know. I mean, this is just red flags everywhere because Krylov's so damn slow. Whitaker's gonna be so much faster than him, but Whitaker, I don't trust his chin either. I don't really, trust his ability to deal with big guys. I've always thought Whitaker had a problem dealing with big guys because he's not big. He's a former welterweight. Mm-hmm. He's got good footwork, but if the footwork starts to slow down, can Krylov get a hold of him? I picked Whitaker, but like, dude, this is a pass. I kind of just lean towards violence here. Fight to knock the distance. It's like minus 155. It's not bad. Throw it in a parlay or something like that. But I also don't mind like a little sprinkle on Whitaker round 1 KO early on. It might be too fast for him, clips him.
I was thinking that too. I almost added that to the slime ball. I was thinking, man, Whitaker jumps on him early, clips him early. Yeah, fucking that corpse, get out. Get him out of there quick.
Get the corpse out of there. Send him back.
I backed off it, but since you brought it up, I'm rethinking it now.
Yeah, might have to sprinkle that. It's like plus 900, plus 875. That's not bad.
Not bad.
All right, let's rip some packs, BP. We normally
mid card rip packs.
Oh, we're going mid. We're going mid card.
Mid
pack rips. Why not?
Right.
Why not? We'll get to them early. See if we can get another Adrian Yanez to add to the collection.
If it's Yanez, then I'm not switching. I'm not betraying Cody. Not doing it.
Let's get something good, man. Let's get something good. We've had a couple big pulls in recent history. I got my Max Holloway cards coming in the mail. Hopefully they get here before the fight.
I am a Jinx. Karina Silva. All right. Well, it's got decent value.
Karina Killer, a little signature. Yeah. Okay. We're going to sell that and reinvest, but not a terrible card. Topps Chrome Sapphire. That could have came out of the Sapphire box. That's getting given away.
By the way, I meant to ask you, did the winners happen yet for the trip this weekend? Did they pull your card and people win? Okay.
Yep.
I haven't been following
that. Droop Strip. He's going to be flying in on Friday.
Where's he from?
Is
he American or?
Yeah, he's American. Designs T-shirts. I'm excited to meet him. He was super pumped, so I'm excited to meet him and spend.
Maybe he'll make you a fucking custom tee when he
maybe he will. Maybe he will.
Good for that guy.
Pack number 2. Give me another Holloway. Give me some more signs.
Give me Luke Riley.
Alexander Rakic, your boy.
Light on fire.
Zebra Prison. It's decent value, though. We can reinvest that. We'll rip it up.
Fucking burn it. Fucking throw it and burn it. Burn it with my Gable Stevenson shirt. Just fucking burn it.
That thing's in the trash.
I did. I threw it away. My dog, my lung. You just got that, Teddy. You just what? And she's like trying to take it out of the trash. I'm like, oh, Bob, we're getting rid of it.
What the hell? Okay, it didn't come out of my account. Okay.
Validation failed. Type of can only for transfer or sell, burn, whatever.
What are we looking for here? Honestly, I would like that. That's a sick one.
It's a great looking card.
Give me another kaboom, maybe. I got that Shavkat in the mail. Probably gonna sell it because I saw that video of Shavkat do it his like
the leg workout.
Oh my god! I'm like, dude, I gotta get rid of this thing fast.
How many times did this guy blow out his knee? I mean, it sounds like he got the knee replacement with the cadaver thing, and it didn't take. That happened to Dom Cruz. It happened to Dylan Dennis too.
Yeah, it looks rough. No music anymore. Kind of sucks. Oh, fucking Amir Albazi. I swear I pulled this card before. I swear I have. I swear.
Albazi.
I swear. I probably pulled this card like twice before.
It's the universe saying, back this guy. He's a future champ at 125.
He's washed beyond belief. Dude.
100%. The universe the universe is saying otherwise.
The universe lies.
Yeah.
The universe lies to you. Just like when we pulled that Matt Schnell card on Matt Schnell fight week and he got smoked in round 1.
If it was anybody else, he would have won. After that knockout, I tweeted and I'm glad I mean, you just gotta, I mean, buddy, like I know this is your life, but
Herb Dean stopped that so quick too. He was I know Matt Schnell's almost dead.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be doing that anymore.
One more. We'll rip one more.
Kids. Here we go. Big time, big money, big money.
Come on, baby. Give me some D's. Give me some D's. Give me some D's. Ricky Simone. Fuck that. I'm out of here. Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, it is.
I'm the one. You're gonna rip cards like the fights or this weekend or whatever. You're gonna do it on your phone with the boys or whatever, and you're gonna rip fucking the highest one, and I'm just sitting here with fucking 16 Adrian Yanez's.
We're doing one more. Fuck it.
All right, one more. Fuck it. It's Conor fight week. Let's go. Big fight week here, boys.
Conor McGregor fight week. We need to pull this Conor McGregor card right now.
Right now. Here it is.
Brian Battle.
Fuck you, Brian Battle.
Brian Battle got his ass whooped in PFL. So
yeah,
that thing should be worthless at this point.
He was his own worst enemy. He was a nice, humble kid from Charlotte, North Carolina. That he got an ego on him.
He did.
Do the promo. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to have better luck than me. Maybe not. You might have the same luck, but you want to rip some packs, go to homofightcards.com. You can rip the pack. You can sell it back like I did multiple times. You can get your money back for 90% market value, or you can get them shipped to your house like I did for a few of these cards. They're fully graded. They're real cards. And, yeah, you can keep it or you can sell it back. Do whatever you want to do. homofightcards.com. Link down in the description below. All right, let's rip the rest of this card. Main card starts off in the lightweight division and ends in the welterweight division. King Green comes in at plus 105. Terrence McKinney minus 125. King Green 39. 3-fight winning streak for King Green. Terrence McKinney coming off another big win, early KO against Kyle Nelson. And I thought this was an interesting matchup. I think it's a fun one. Bobby's always been a guy that's going to fight anyone. Doesn't matter if you're ranked ahead of him a lot or ranked below him a lot. He's going to accept the fight. And McKinney, he's never going to be champion or anything, but we know what he's going to do. He's going to go in there and try to knock you out, sub you in the first round. And if he doesn't, he's going to lose. So there's not really much we can say about this breakdown, right? Like McKinney fights always go the same way. So who do you think he gets it done early, BP, or do you think Bobby survives and then takes over?
Yeah, I think it's going to look like Patty when Patty fought King Green. Patty jumped on him, hurt him, and then submitted him. I think that could happen with Terrence. Terrence has got a really good back take, really good wrestling, and he's so dangerous in that first round. Like, he's so fast and powerful. King Green puts his hands down. He fights everyone the same. And he's 39. He's got a million fights. I love watching him fight. He's a positive dude. He got his custom shorts. They're bandana like we all hope they are.
Yeah, that's sick.
And a loss for King Green doesn't mean anything, right? Because he'll be brought back. He's an exciting fighter. The UFC loves him. The fans like watching him fight. And Terrence McKinney, this guy's got to go out there and he's still an interesting cat because I don't think this gets out of round one. I think either finish each other in round one. But the one thing that's really throwing me off, if we look at the psychological, is Bobby's like kind of upset that Terrence took this fight. Bobby's like, yo, we were hanging out. And he's like, hey, they offered me this fight. And Bobby's like, no, you don't fight the homies. And then Terrence texts him, was like, dude, it's a Conor McGregor card. I got to take the fight. And Bobby's like, all right, fuck it, fight it. So it almost seems like Bobby didn't want the fight. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think Terrence is such a handful. I think he might be one of the best first-round fighters we have in the UFC. I know that's crazy to say. He's a bit chinny at times. He obviously gas tank is probably not there. I don't know if we're ever going to see him go a decision in his career. No. Bobby could clip him. I mean, Bobby, again, has got that weird style that is kind of hard, but that straight left hand by Terrence McKinney is so fast and so straight, and Bobby does take shots. I see him getting hurt, either getting put out or Patty. Last time, 2 times Bobby lost, Patty early and then Hoofy early with that wheel kick. So I think Terrence McKinney round one. If we go KO round one, I think it's like plus 180. Terrence McKinney KO round one on DraftKings plus 185. Terrence McKinney submission round one plus 300. So I wish it was a little more higher in the juice. I'll have to pick my poison, but yeah, I'm gonna go Terrence McKinney. And I love Bobby Green. Bobby Green's a cool ass fucking dude, but I just think Terrence McKinney round one. And then obviously, listen, round one ends. This fight's still going. Get your money on King Green, bro. Get your money on King Green. I don't care what the number is. I don't get that's free money. Terrence McKinney ain't gonna win the fight past round one. So get your money on King Green, but I like Terrence McKinney round one.
Yeah, the books will be sharp to it though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why
it's like if this fight doesn't end in round one and we go into round two, like King Green's probably gonna be like minus 600, minus 700. Like the books will know. So you kind of got to take
Bobby smart.
Yeah, you got to take Bobby Pre if you like Bobby, but I don't even think you got to go KO or sub. I think you just take McKinney under half a round plus 250. He's all 8 of his wins come in the first half of the round in the UFC. Like he's only good for about 2 or 3 minutes. That's about it. And if he does get you in that first 2 or 3 minutes, like you're not really going to survive. And I can't really say I have a lot of faith in King Green surviving at 39, damn near 40. So yeah, I think the firepower from McKinney's too much, but I mean, if Bobby can clip him with a shot, McKinney's chin is not as good either. And Bobby's grappling I don't think is bad, but McKinney's so aggressive with it that he's going to put you in bad spots early. So
yeah, he overwhelms you with his wrestling and scrambling, and again his back take, his back game is pretty good.
Yeah. Not much to say on that one, but I took McKinney.
I think everyone knows what's going to happen on that one. This one, I can see a lot of people split on this one. This one's a fun one.
Interesting. We got a flyweight bout. Brandon Royval comes in at plus 185. Loner Kavanaugh minus 220. Loney coming off the main event win against Brandon Moreno, which duped both of us on that fight. We got fucking rocked on that one. Brandon Royval coming off the KO loss to Manel Kape last December. Before that was the loss to Joshua Van. So he's basically lost to the 2 guys that are at the top of the division at this point. Now is Loner Kavanaugh part of that club? What do you think, your BP? The odds makers think that he is.
Yes, I really like Loner Kavanaugh coming off the contenders. I heard a little bit about him, and he's looked good in the UFC so far. I mean, the one hiccup was Charles Johnson, and Charles Johnson's kind of a learning lesson for a lot of people. I mean, Kavanaugh got knocked out by him. Joshua Van got knocked out by him. Energy does that. He looked good against Moreno, but Moreno isn't the same Moreno we've seen. He still looked really good, and Moreno's still tough and everything, but I just don't think, he's retired like 3 fucking times to go play Legos, you know what I mean? To buy Funko Pops. We don't know what that guy's going on mentally. Brandon Royval coming off knockout over Manel Kape. No shame there. Manel Kape knocks everybody out. But Brandon Royval has had some concussion issues, right? If you guys remember before his fight with, what fight was that? Let me look it up. Before Joshua Van, he had that thing on his head, because it took a while for me to heal with concussions. I don't like when a guy has dealt with concussion problems in fighting, right? Obviously it's going to happen, but when they linger and they consistently linger, that worries me a little bit, and he's coming off a knockout loss to Manel Kopp. That concerns me. Lona Kavanaugh, I don't think has the biggest power in the world. I think he's very fast. I think his takedown offense is pretty solid. He's pretty short and small for a division. I'm really surprised that Brandon Royval only has a 1-inch reach advantage. I figured it'd be a little bit bigger than that. But Brandon Royval at plus money is really interesting, right? The raw dog. He raw dog. He's banging chicks. I'm sure my wife could be watching this fight, just fucking loving it.
Banged your wife.
He probably. I don't want to think about that.
Wife. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, but no. Listen. He could easily win this fight, but for some reason, when this fight got announced, the minute Marcel Dorf put it up on Twitter. Shout out Marcel, the guy who always breaks all the fights. Put up on Twitter the picture of these two. My first instinct was Kavanaugh wins by decision. Ooh. I've tried to talk myself out of that. I've tried to really look at the ways Royval can win, the high pace, the perceived length, the wildness, the scrambliness. Kavanaugh has slowed down in the past against Charles Johnson. That's why he got knocked out. Similar body types of Charles Johnson. Chaotic fight. Royval wins, but I can't get there. Right? I can't get there. I'm still on Kavanaugh. I don't know if my brain is blocking me or preventing me from winning money, or they're saving me from losing money. Either way, I'm Lonnie Kavanaugh here. I don't like the number at minus 220. I think he wins a decision. I don't think he can finish Royval, even though I just mentioned when you stepped off, Royval before the Joshua Van fight had a really bad concussion and was using that thing on his brain. Yep. Had a war with Van and then gets knocked out by Kopp. If you have concussion problems, I'm a little worried about that, even though I don't think Kavanaugh is the biggest puncher in the world. I still like Kavanaugh by decision. I think that's how I'll play this, which is probably not the best number in the world. Kavanaugh by decision plus 140. Yeah. But it cuts the number down because I think 220 is a little bit high. But give me Loney, baby. Loney Kavanaugh.
There's a couple of fun parlays we could do on this card just based on themes.
Yeah, MMA Brody is the
meat parlay. You got Raw Dog, Wang, and Pinas. I mean, that's a fun one to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is also pretty fun, and it's one that I would back on a normal scenario. I don't love it, but the Cage Warriors fade. We talk about these Cage Warriors fuckers.
Yeah, we do. There's a couple on the card.
There's 4 of them. Luke
Riley, Kavanaugh, Patty, Connor.
Could fade them all, and you get over 20 to 1 if you want to do the Cage Warriors fade parlay. But I don't really love it because I think these Cage Warriors guys probably do get some W's on this card. But this is an interesting one because I was on the Charles Johnson side when he fought Kavanaugh because he's got good cardio, decent striking, and at the time he had never been knocked out. So I'm like, okay, he could give this guy a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. So I thought, I'm just a fucking genius, dude. I don't think Kavanaugh can handle this type of a fight. And I thought Moreno would be able to give it to him, but he fought fucking lazy, man. He did not look good. He looked washed beyond belief. And so now I'm supposed to believe Kavanaugh is this world beater. But on the other side, Royval kind of has the similar style to Charles Johnson, kind of relies on pace and overwhelming you with striking and being in your face. But I just don't really trust his durability, man. I don't trust his durability at all at this point. The war with Van took a lot off of him, and then the KO against Kopp was not good either. And in general, I never thought he had the greatest chin either.
No.
But he was able to rally back from it. But in his last one, he wasn't. It's Manel Kopp. But I do think Kavanaugh has a tough style for Royval because he's a good counter striker, fast, good hands, good kicks as well. And Royval kind of needs to be in your face for how tall he is and long he is. Doesn't really fight like it. So I don't want to lay the chalk on Kavanaugh. I was kind of debating throwing him in a parlay, but I don't really trust him at this number. So I think if you're going to play Kavanaugh, I would play him by KO because
playing by KO, really? Okay.
Yeah. What's the number on the decision? What?
It was
plus 145. I would rather take plus 215, plus 225 on him by KO because you're really banking on Royval not being durable, like not being the fighter that he once was, like
right
on the downslide. Because if this is Royval a couple of years ago, I'm taking Royval. But where he's at right now, I just don't really trust that he's going to have like a bounce back win or like a resurgence or anything like that. So if he's on the downside with his chin and his durability, you know, a sharp striker like Kavanaugh could find the KO. I'd rather play that than Royval not getting KO'd and then in round 2 and 3 starting to push a pace a little bit more. Because I don't think Kavanaugh's really – he went 5 rounds with Moreno, but he did so much damage in the first round and a half that Moreno was like just kind of a beat-up shell that couldn't really do much in the fight. Like his legs were fucked. And Royval fights out of the southpaw stance, so those leg kicks to the lead leg won't be as available. I don't really love this fight. I'm probably not even going to bet on it, but I would play Kavanaugh by KO if I had to put a bet on it, just based on the value that I see.
Yeah, we were talking about Robert Whitaker going to Vegas with all his kids. How can you focus? Kavanaugh on the embedded he was in his little apartment in England.
I saw that.
And he's like, I can eat the same thing every day. And he's like, oh, let's eat outside. He goes and eats outside in his little patio all by himself. And I'm like, that dude's focused. That dude ain't got to worry about nothing else. I mean, he's 27. Yeah. That dude wants to fight, right? He took the fight on Moreno on short notice, you know, win 5 rounds, you know, after getting devastating knocked out by Charles Johnson. The guy's got tons of upside. This is going to be interesting because I thought for sure Tessera Tyra would walk through Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval proved me wrong. He is coming off a loss to the current champ, and then the guy who's going to be future champ and cop. So no shame in that. This is interesting. This is a really interesting fight. I can see people getting in the weeds with Kavanaugh and be like, that's a parlay piece. I like him. And I also see people really dog hunting Royval. I see this line maybe moving a little bit. I'm going to stick with Kavanaugh. I've been bouncing a little bit, but I just think Kavanaugh cleaner, faster.
I agree with you.
GAVP?
Gavi.
Excuse me.
Call him gay?
Gavy. I did kind of call him. Sorry. Gavi.
Royval plus 425 decision, not a bad look. I agree with that. I think if he wins, it's a decision. But he's not really had the best track record winning decisions. I feel Royval needs to mix up the takedowns, which he abandoned with Van. I don't think he can wrestle, man. He's not a good wrestler. Like offensively, he's not a very good wrestler. He's just a really good scrambler when guys try to take him down. So I don't really see him getting takedowns on Kavanaugh. But maybe he can like mix it up in the clinch or something like that. I don't know. But I think it's an uphill battle for Royval. But if he's able to not get KO'd, not take a clean shot, you definitely outwork him to a decision. All right, now we got the bantamweights. Corey Sandhagen comes in at -135. Mario Batista plus 115. Batista 4-1 in his last 5. Only loss over that stretch is to Umar Nurmagomedov. Corey Sandhagen 3-2 in his last 5. Only losses to Merab and Umar. This is a rematch from a long time ago where Mario Batista got finished in his UFC debut on short notice by submission against Corey. Corey armbarred him. So can he do it again? BP, what do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, in that first fight, he had Corey in an armbar too. And Batista slowed down a little bit and Corey got the better of him. Batista obviously has worked on his cardio, looked pretty good. Looked like dog shit against Umar, Cousin Umar. Shout out Paul Shag. I love when Paul Shag calls him Cousin Umar. He froze against Umar. He lost because of the name. Like, don't get me wrong. Umar's great, but Batista got beat before he fucking stepped in the cage.
Oh, dude, 20. I disagree.
Dude fucking threw 20 strikes. 20.
Did you watch the fight, bro?
Yeah, of course.
Umar was fucking like trying to hug him the entire fight.
I know, but that's what you expect when you get Umar. You're not ready for that?
He
froze, dude.
He landed 20 strikes. Umar landed 32. They both threw 54 significant strikes.
I'm not saying it was a great performance by Umar, but Umar beat him before he walked in. I think Batista is better than that, is what I'm trying to get at.
Batista dropped him, bro.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That wasn't like a bad fight from Batista, man.
I think it was. I think he looked okay in the third round, but I think that was a bad fight for him. Considering the win streak he was on and considering the little bit of hype he had around him, the shit he got from the Aldo fight, and then going out and destroying Patchy Mix, which everyone thought, including myself, was going to be the next guy at 135. you would a little more resistance for Umar. I thought he got beat before he stepped in the cage. Now, what's interesting here is Corey got outstruck by Umar. which was weird because Corey's worked desperately on his wrestling and his grappling. His takedown defense is okay, but his scrambling, he worked with Ryan Hall, is pretty good. He'll take a leg, he'll get back to his feet. But what's mostly improved with Corey is his cardio. Like, this guy is a machine with his cardio. He has been, physically, I know he's just kind of a skinnier guy for 135, but he's lean and mean, and his cardio is great. And he's working with some great people. Trevor Whitman's in his corner. Huh?
The Grapist Parlay.
Grapist Parlay. Yeah, people. I saw some people.
Dude, it was so funny after he beat Aldo. Like, people calling Mario Batista a terrorist and like.
Yeah, no, he got so much shit for.
Oh, what was it? I forget what it was, but like some people were like, "Keep talking. I'm gonna think about it. I gotta."
Well, speaking of that, Batista got pissed at the UFC because they tagged him in the video from the first fight, and he went on Instagram like, "What the fuck you tagging me in this for?" He got all mad. I think Batista has made leaps and bounds. I wish this was a 5-round fight because I think Sandhagen would be a lock if it was 5 rounds. Batista has good cardio, but he also carries a lot of muscle, right? Sandhagen, 3-round fight. This guy can be on the gas the entire time for 3 rounds, the entire time, and not slow down. And I think he's going to eventually wear Batista out. 3rd round KO, Corey Sandhagen plus 1,600. I like it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Tell me, what did you think of it?
Yes, I remembered it. So, you know how when Charlie Kirk got assassinated?
Yes.
There were like some people that were like happy about it, and they were like,
of course,
tweeting or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like random, like the faceless Twitter account that like post memes and stuff. Somebody put Charlie Kirk deserved it, and then like in parentheses or something like, "I am Mario Batista."
Yeah, right. We were sick, man. People. I mean, that's how beloved Aldo is.
It's so funny because like Mario Batista is like such an NPC. Like, he definitely does nothing but like train, and like hang out at home. Like,
get a haircut. He's always lined up with that Chicano hair.
Like, shaves his face every single day.
Every day.
Like, does the same shit. He's such an NPC. Like, kind of like Marab, where like there's just not much going on up there other than like what he has to do.
Sure.
So like the fact that
they don't have hobbies. This is their hobby. Marab's hobby is apparently trying to find a wife. He's desperately trying to find a wife.
That's a
I just think again, Batista's not a gasser. He looked really good against Oliveira, who is a gasser, submitted him 2nd round. I just think Sandhagen will put up such a pace. He's so dynamic with his striking. Batista has been knocked out before by Trevin Jones a million years ago, but he has been knocked out before. And I just think this is going to be a competitive fight. I have flip-flop back and forth in this fight. It's one of the harder fights for me to pick. I just think Corey, if you take him down, he's going to give you fits on the ground. He knows how to get back to his feet. He'll work tirelessly. This dude ain't doing close guard. He's getting back to his feet. He's making you work. Every takedown you get, you're going to have to work for it. And you're going to have to work to keep him down because he's getting back up. He's dynamic. Again, he's explosive. He's got some jumping knees. His striking is very good. Batista's a very solid fighter. He has surprised me in the past. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins here. I just think Sandhagen has an extra gear. And I think Batista is going to crumple by the end of the 3 here. I don't think we're seeing cards. I think we got Corey Sandhagen KO. I'm picking round 3 plus 1,600. I think it will be just too much because I really am impressed with Corey Sandhagen's cardio and tenacity of late. And again, he's working with the best coaches, right? And this guy has talent. We've seen him obviously drop a few losses to some high-level guys, but he's only getting better in there. And he's showing more of his personality as well, too. Like, the guy's goofy in kind of a weird way, dorky in a weird way. If you ever follow him on Instagram, he's not. He doesn't pretend to be a cool guy because he's not. But he's a very good fighter. So I like where Sandhagen.
I'm gonna say something. Hopefully, people don't get pissed. But
I'll be pissed.
I don't really understand the love, like, for Corey Sandhagen. I don't like. I get he's.
What kind of love you mean? Do you think I gave him too much love?
No, I understand as a fighter, like he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I think he's like such a nerd. Like,
he's very nerdy.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Nothing about him makes me a fan.
They asked him this question. I'll ask you the same question. He was doing press this week. In your life, do you think you've had more beers or more jerk offs?
Oh,
if you have more, have you drinking more beers? Or you've jerked off more.
See, I'm not a beer drinker, so
yeah. Well, let's just say any kind of drink, any kind of alcohol drink.
Then definitely alcohol.
Really? Oh, it's not even close to me. I've jerked off way more than I've drank. I stopped drinking at 24, so or no, 26. But
like I've had nights where I down like 20 drinks. So I mean, you got to add those up.
Yeah.
So they definitely add up.
There's a lot of dudes in the chat. Let's get into it. How many fucking times have you? What's the most you've ever jerked off in a day?
Dude, I don't even. Maybe twice.
Twice. Okay.
I don't think. I mean, I don't even understand how people have time for that.
It's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and I want to say his name because I think you'd get a kick out of it. Back in high school, he was like, "Hey, I got to go home and jerk off." Like he would tell us. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He's like, "Yeah, dude, I just got to run home real quick and jerk off. I'll be back." Like, what? And he goes, "Yeah, I got to do it 7 times a day." Who told you got to do it? What are you talking? He said jerk off 7 times a day. Crazy. Now with kids and a wife, like I'm lucky to do it. You know, we're not talking about but no, I definitely have more jerk offs than drinks. But again, I stopped drinking that a long time ago. I've drank like 20 beers a day. I've never beat my meat 20. If you beat your meat 20 times in a day, it's just gonna fall off, right? Just fucking fall off. Let me ask you this question. How many times, what's the most times you've ever had sex in a day?
Definitely more than I've jerked off.
Yeah.
3 probably.
3. Yeah, mine's 5. Mine's not that high. And I remember the 5th time, it was basically dust that came out. I had nothing left. I had nothing left. This is back when I was like 19. I was dating this girl and we were house sitting and that's all we did. And I'm just like, I got nothing left.
Yeah, I mean at that point it's like not even fun.
No, it's like what? Like, yeah. And I'm not getting into it. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, there's guys. I remember back in high school, there'd be guys like the dorkiest dudes ever. Be like, yeah, me and my girlfriend, we fuck like 10 times a day. It's like an hour each day, and you're like, what? No, that's 10 hours a day. If you fuck, no, you don't, dude. No, you don't.
That's lies, bro. I feel like if you're doing it that many times and you're not hitting it right.
Yeah, for sure, you're not. Like, yeah, you're definitely not. Like, why would you need to do fucking 10 times? It's crazy. But again, these guys probably never even had sex. These are like the dorkiest guys in high school. I will say the one kid, his name was Scooter. When I was his real name. We used to play this. I don't know. I think his name was Scott. And we called him Scoot. He had like a calculator watch, really dorky. I tell this story all the time. We were playing this game in class. What would you do? Would you do this for $1 million, right? And we would name all these. Would you eat shit for $1 million? Would you let someone piss in your face, right? $1 billion or whatever. And like I would be like, yeah, I'd do that. I would do anything besides kill myself or kill my family. I'm, blah 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 blah. And this little fucking nerdy kid turns around with his little fucking calculator watch and goes, "Would you have sex with your mom for $1 billion?" I went, whoa, no. He stumped me. He got me. Little Scoot got me. Interesting stuff there. I don't even know what we're talking about. Corey saying is gonna win. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Corey, but I don't really have much to say on this one. I think it's a close fight. Corey, not a fan of him, and I think he's kind of a mental masturbator where he gets in there and he's like trying to do everything perfect, and it kind of bites him in the ass a lot of times. So that's where I think Mario could maybe take advantage of it with the activity, but Corey's probably just too good to
high level fight. And this is a rematch that a lot of maybe people don't even know happened or is a rematch, right? But it's a really good rematch. I like. Usually, I don't like rematches until someone's at the title, but I like this one. That's why I got a big BJ.
Gotta get MVP. Nice. You feel that? Ooh, I felt it. Lightweight bout in the co-main event. We got Benoit Saint-Denis comes in at -152, taking on Paddy Pimblett. Sits at +132. 7-1 in the UFC for Paddy, coming off his first loss in the UFC against Gaethje in the interim title fight earlier this January. Benoit, 4-fight winning streak, coming off the win against Dan Hooker, round 2 TKO. He's the younger man, Paddy at 31, but I guess just based on looking at him, I feel like Benoit's been through literal war, but he's also been through wars in his fight as well. So yeah, he's definitely a little bit more aged in the brain than Paddy Pimblett. But what do we think here, BP? Are we going with Vabati? Or are we taking Benoit?
I know Benoit's got that great beard, but does he have lips? It doesn't even look like a lip. A little snake mouth. I've never been a huge fan of Benoit Saint-Denis. I think he's a bit overrated. I think he's tough. I think he's a brute, right? He's obviously got some power. He is a black belt. I don't think his black belt compares to anybody else's black belt. He's got a decent rear naked choke, but I don't think the technique's all that great. I think it's more of a strength thing. Thing about Paddy is Paddy can't get the fight to the ground. His offensive wrestling is bad.
Garbage.
But what he has worked on most of his career, because early in his Cage Wars career, some of his early losses came from just wrestlers holding him down. He is in physically tremendous shape than he's been in the Cage War days. Ever since the Jared Gordon fight and he had the ankle surgery, he's looked completely different. But his wins aren't that great, right? The Jared Gordon fight, which a lot of people thought he lost, he won. Then he fucking destroys Tony Ferguson, cool, dinosaur. Destroys Michael Chandler, cool, dinosaur. Has a 5-round fight with Gaethje, right? Where I'll give him props because Topuria quit and Gaethje's current champ, and Gaethje clearly hits hard.
Different scenario. They weren't fighting outside.
Okay, but Paddy took some heavy shots. Got poked in the eye, got dropped with a body shot, was having a rough night. Got dropped by a bunch of stuff, right? And could have walked out of there, could have quit, could have whatever, but didn't. Stuck it out for the full 5. Showed a lot of heart, right? I don't think the fight was close by any means. Showed a lot of heart in that for Paddy. And that's something that he is, the whole Scousers don't get knocked out. I think that's more of like, I'm never going to quit, right? I'm never going to quit. And he proved that. And Benoit Saint-Denis kind of the same way. This dude's, the time he gets stopped is because his fucking face is hanging off, right? Like they got to stop it because he gets marked up. But I think the difference is the grappling here. If these boys decide to grapple, I think Paddy is just so much head and shoulders above Benoit Saint-Denis. I think Paddy's grappling offensively is very, very slick. I think his guard is good because Benoit doesn't just lay in your guard. He's active. He's brooding. He's muscling through. He wants to throw stuff. He wants to finish you. He's got a one-track mind. When you open that up and you're playing jiu-jitsu instead of closing everything off, that's where Paddy's going to take over. And I think Paddy is really dangerous on the ground. I think Paddy's got to have confidence. The fact that he just went 5 with the current champ, right? After what Justin did with Topuria, I think you're riding confidence. But I will say with you, what you Instagrammed out on your story, he seems a little off this week. I'm gonna have to see him at the press conference, right? I don't love that, right? I wanted more from him, and I'm not sure what's going on. This is a pretty quick turnaround for him. For a guy like Paddy who gets really fat, like this is a fairly quick turnaround, maybe as quick as turnaround in the UFC so far. I think he matches up well with Benoit because I don't think either of these guys striking is super clean or technique. I think Benoit has more power. I think Paddy's got some better kicks, but I think if it comes down to the grappling, which it should, and hopefully Paddy initiates the grappling, I think Paddy wins. I think Paddy can win this fight. I think he looked good, and if he wins and he gets a hot mic, you could call up the champ. Hey, motherfucker, you poke me in the eye, make up whatever you want. You can call it McGregor, right? I mean, the world is yours after this, right? And if you finish a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis, or maybe not even finish him, but beat a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis on this huge card, talk your shit. And he's good on the mic. So give me Paddy Pimblett. I'm fairly confident, plus 132. Almost might empty the clip. I chose not to, but I like Paddy.
This is a very interesting fight, BP. Because this is one of the few fights where I look at it and I think anything is possible.
I agree.
Literally anything. All outcomes possible. Benoit could get to the back, land some ground and pound, find the rear naked choke, fight's over. Benoit could clip Paddy, get on top, maybe gets in a mount, wears him down, TKOs him. Benoit could get on top, land ground and pound, Paddy survives, wins the decision. Paddy could clip Benoit. Knee up the middle, uppercut. PSD starts to get, gassed out a little bit, TKOs him. Paddy gets to the back. He's got elite rear naked chokes. You could submit him. Maybe it turns sloppy. Paddy's the one with a little bit more cardio. He wins the decision. They both survive. I could see anything here.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I think that I'm like some genius and play aside? It doesn't make sense to me.
You are a genius, though, and you've hit bigger odds than this. Trust yourself.
I mean, I guess if like, I think BSD is the minute winner here. I think he's the better one with more upside to wrestle.
I think he can control the fight if he wanted to.
He controls this fight. He controls every single fight because he's all offense. So he's going to control the pace of the fight. He's going to control where the fight takes place. But he makes so many mistakes, I can't be confident that he doesn't make a mistake that ends the fight. So, you know, I think BSD is the rightful favorite. I think he's done more in the UFC as well. I think his wins are better.
For sure.
But he makes so many mistakes, and I think Patty can take advantage of them. So, you know, my betting angle here, if I had to pick one, would be Patty finish only.
Okay.
Because I don't really think BSD finishes him. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but I don't see him to be that much of a better grappler to where he is going to find the sub.
Sure.
I also think Patty is extremely durable, although he is hittable. And I don't think Benoit has like crazy big one-shot KO power on the feet. I think it's more just attritional. So I think if Benoit wins, I think it's more likely a decision than a finish, which is crazy to say for a guy that has 100% finish rate, which you could play Benoit decision at like plus 450. But I think Patty finish only at plus 145. So you get a little bit better than his money line. But if it goes to decision, you know, you get your money back. We just got to not have Benoit finish him. But I think there's just so many opportunities for Patty to get a finish that at plus 145, a little bit better than his money line. I think that's the best play of the fight. So
the fight I keep going back to, why I'm confident Patty, is the Moicano fight. When Moicano got the fight down and was on top, Moicano's a beast on top. He's heavy, very good grappler. He dominated Benoit, busting him up bad. If Patty, who does not have the takedowns Moicano has, his takedowns are bad. Like, I don't know if he trains wrestling. He's got a great judo coach, you know, comes out to California and trains judo. But his wrestling, I mean, obviously we saw it against against Justin. It wasn't great. But if he can get on top of Benoit, man, I'm telling you, Patty's very good on top.
Yeah. No,
Interesting. Interesting.
I think
but that's a big if, dude. Benoit's a strong motherfucker. He knows he's a smart guy. He's an intelligent dude.
If Patty had the wrestling to get it there, I would be all over Patty. But I don't trust him to get it. Like, he's going to have to get the back in like some sort of scrambling exchange, which I think BSD could give to him because he's kind of a sloppy grappler, like loses position a lot. So it is possible. I do think it is. But yeah, good fight. Good fight.
Good co-main event.
That brings us to the main event. Like the stream for us, the Mac is back. He sits at plus 192. Conor McGregor making his return after 5 years off, taking on Max Holloway in the rematch. Holloway minus 227, coming off the loss to Charles Oliveira. BP?
Yes.
I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. What do you think about this fight?
So I've been a little ranty tonight. I apologize. I think I might have one more in me. I'm not going to bear the lead. It's Max Holloway all day. I was a huge Conor McGregor fan. I bought the day it came out, the day they fucking did that photo shoot and released it, the Reebok kit. I bought the Conor McGregor one. Way too small, but I wore it and it was on my door for a while. Huge Conor fan. What he did for the sport, the stardom, the eyeballs he brought to the sport is no one's going to match it, right? But 5 years off, coming off a devastating broken leg where you went on steroids to heal your leg. I have no problem with that, but you were on it to get your bones stronger. Then the partying, then all the legal stuff. 5 years off, 5 years away, it's a lot. And now you come back and you're fighting at 170, which I don't like that weight for you, right? You have one... And he fought 3 times at 170, beat Cerrone, lost to Nate, beat Nate the rematch. But, you know, the only really good win in there was Cerrone. The Nate, he faded, right? No cardio. Conor's got 1 round here. 1 round the clip Max. And people are saying the Conor fans are going, listen, fucking Max got laid out by Topuria. And then when he fought Poirier, he got chinned or he got knocked down, right? His chin's gone. The legendary chin is gone. Conor's got incredible timing and is dangerous in the first round. If you watch the Poirier fights, his last 2 fights, he clips Poirier pretty good in both those fights. Poirier admits, dude, he fucking had me hurt. I just had to weather it and kind of come back. Conor will land on you. I don't think Max's chin's gone. I think Max is going to be even healthier and more durable at 170, right? He's not a small guy. He's bigger than Conor. Conor did not want 5 rounds. You know, Charles Oliveira said they were going to make the fight, and Conor said it's either 55 and 3 rounds or 70 and 5. And Charles said no, so they went to max. I mean, again, that's what Oliveira's saying. So the fact that it's at 170, they did go 5 rounds. Conor can't go 5 rounds. He seems off this week. I think he knows the uphill battle he has. You got a guy, future champion, future BMM, or former champion, former BMF champion, a guy who's been super active to a guy who's been out for 5 years with some off the field problems, right? And coming off a horrible injury. How confident is he going to be throwing those kicks, right? How much evolved is he? And the fact that he's 37 too doesn't help. If Conor wins, I think he wins in round 1, and I think it will light the fucking world on fire. And I would be happy because that's great for the sport, great for the UFC. It's great for everybody, more money for everybody. Just don't see that happen. I think Max is going to weather a good first round from Conor. Conor might even... Because the first fight, people, they fought the first time. Conor blew his knee out and then wrestled. Max got wrestle fucked by Oliveira. Does Conor really think he's going to wrestle for 5 rounds in this fight? Right? Obviously, that's a weakness on Max. Is his takedown defense is bad? Don't see that happening. I like Max Holloway. I think Max is going to get him out of there in probably 2 or 3. I think Conor just doesn't have the cardio, and it doesn't matter if he wins because he already has so many built-in excuses. I was gone for 5 years. I had all these problems. I came back and fought a fucking top-ranked guy my first time back. Let me get settled in. I'll be back, right? And the fans are still going to love him. He's like the Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz can lose all the time. People are going to love him, right? Conor is a little more above that. He loses, it doesn't matter. But what I would love, if Paddy wins or loses, Conor wins or loses. Conor says he's got one more fight in the UFC next April. Paddy Conor in Europe, fill a fucking stadium. Let him go at it because Conor wants to go do whatever the fuck else he wants to do. But for this fight, it's Max Holloway. It's Max Holloway by TKO KO, probably in the second or third. And it's going to be more so because Conor just gasses. I wouldn't even be surprised Max Holloway throws a fucking guillotine on Conor. He's got a couple guillotine finishes.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
BP, if Max Holloway loses this fight, the sport is fake. This is
okay.
Ridiculous.
I can agree with that.
This is absolutely ridiculous. If he loses, it's rigged. It has to be rigged.
This would be the first time in my MMA career life where I will agree fix is in. I hate when people are like, oh, it's fixed. The fix is in. This is WWE if Conor wins. I agree.
But here's the thing as to why I don't believe the fix could be in. McGregor has 2 fights left on his contract.
Yep.
They wanted to give him Carlos Prates.
Yeah.
They wanted to murder him.
Yeah.
And so the next man up was, I guess, Max Holloway.
Oliveira said he was in the mix too. He did the interview, but I don't.
Any of those guys, he's getting smoked by.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want him to go off his UFC contract on like a winning streak. They want him to lose.
Lower his value.
Yeah.
Kind of like Nate. They were trying to give Nate Chimaev before he left.
Nate fucking Khamzat Chimaev, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. So that leads me to believe that the fix is not in. Now it's MMA, 4-ounce gloves. Conor could land the right punch and whatever, but he's only got a small window to do so. So Holloway's going to make him look stupid, honestly. After the 5-minute mark, like McGregor, you can't come back after 5 years off. You just can't do that. He's only had 1 win in the last 9.5 years that's meaningful, and that was against Eddie Alvarez, and that was 2016, November of 2016. And he didn't look good in the Poirier fights. He looked okay.
The first one he looked good in like the first couple minutes, and then the first 2 minutes he looked good, and then his legs started falling apart. Yeah,
the first 2 minutes is when McGregor looks the best, but
correct.
Then as it kind of went on, he started to look like shit, and he got.
I love how he says he didn't get knocked out that fight either. Like, bro, you were unconscious in the cage. Like, he got knocked out.
He looks old, man. He looks old, and it's ridiculous that. I mean, these are the opportunities that I like. Honestly, I have a huge bet on Max. I'll just put it out there. I have a big bet on Max. And these are the recipes that I've looked for over my betting career is you have a fan favorite on one side that is so iconic, people will put money on him because they want him to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll throw money on McGregor. He's going to get it done, whatever. They're not the same guy. I did the same thing with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. Did the same thing with Colby Covington like twice when he fought Leon and he fought Joaquin Buckley. Those are 3 of my biggest bets I've ever placed. And I have a huge bet on Holloway this week. So hopefully if I can cash this, boys. Hopefully this sport is not rigged. Hopefully
yeah, Russ said a good thing in the chat. One thing we need to watch out for if Max does get dropped, because Poirier caught him early. But Max was in no danger. He fell kind of on all fours and then got back up. But if he gets dropped and the ref jumps in real early, we got to be looking at this. This is Vegas, UFC they control Vegas. McGregor's obviously pulling strings. Like he took a pay cut for this fight. What he said, he's like, I did it for a favor. It wasn't worth my value. And he got 170 because he's not cutting weight or whatever. But what's interesting, if Conor wins, here's the crazy thing. If Conor wins, this is how big of a fucking star he still is. He could get a title shot at 170, 155, whatever he wants after one win. You know what I mean? The story's already built with Islam. And then him and Gaethje would be an incredible fight. He matches out better with Gaethje, but does he want to cut to 55?
No, I don't think so.
You know what I mean? He actually complimented in that interview where he buried Khabib. He actually commented Islam, which was actually self-aware. I actually appreciated him doing that.
Yeah, he put him in the top 10 of the GOAT list.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I think McGregor's back as like a person, but you just can't go back to where you were as a fighter. Like he seems like he's in a good place personally. Yeah. And all I've been seeing on social media is like his coaches saying he's never looked better. He's sleeping in the gym. Dude, no. Like,
no, you're not. No, you're not.
No.
That's $500 million to make. No, you're not. I mean, you're literally biking on the side of a highway in fucking Ireland with bodyguards, right? Like that's not normal. You have a photographer that follows you around 24/7. Like you don't live a normal life like other people. Like you are on silk sheets. He has tremendous skill. It's so funny. You're a fighter and you want all this money and he got it all. And that kind of ruined his career, right? It ruined that hunger. You look at early Conor McGregor, 145 Conor McGregor. The 145 Conor McGregor was unfucking believable. From his performances to the interviews and how fucking precise he was and how sharp his mind was. You're starting to see that now. Go look at Conor McGregor a year ago on the BKFC press conferences. The guy was out of his mind. I have a buddy of mine who's a former drug addict. I've never done any drugs. He says the worst combination for guys with like a type A personality is booze and coke. Because you become an animal. Like it's different. Like heroin's gonna make you pass out. Pills will make you do whatever. Booze and coke, you're a fucking animal. And allegedly, we all believe that's what Conor fucking is ingesting. But you look at those BKFC interviews, cage side, and the press conferences to now, it's a different guy. This is a sober guy, and the interviews he's given have been thoughtful and glimpses of the old Conor, which I appreciate and I like. And but you're right, you can't be 5 years off with the much money you have, and the gym's catered to you. Who are you training with?
Yeah, he's not training.
Like SGB is not even really a gym anymore. Like who the fuck is going there? Like, his coach, John Kavanaugh, he used to be in the corner almost every weekend. Who's he cornering anymore? Right? Yeah. Like who are you training with? Who are you getting in there? Like I've seen him spar a couple people, but these guys are like 3-0.
Yeah, they're like high schoolers.
Yeah. So, it's just, this is a different level. Max has been active. Max has been in there. And
the best of the best. You look at McGregor's entire career really was like 3 years. 2013 to 2016, he had 10 fights. That's his career. And then after that, it's nothing.
Nothing.
It's
after the Dennis Seaver fight, where he jumped the crowd and got in Aldo's face and screamed at him and won at the Aldo fight, I couldn't sleep that night. I literally went to work on no sleep. I was so fucking pumped up. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's it. This guy's the fucking next big thing. This guy's I know it's Dennis Seaver, but he destroyed him and he won an Aldo. And then obviously eventually he knocks Aldo out, and then before that was the Mendez. And it was the glory days. But yeah, money can ruin some people. Ego, money, people around you.
For sure.
And yeah, there was a while there he was hanging around with some really fucking shady dudes in Ireland. Apparently, like got mixed up with the Irish mob and a lot of stuff that floating around. How true that is, or whatever. Someone just in the chat said SGB Johnny Walker. Yeah, Johnny Walker. He's in Vegas now, but yeah, he was out there. But you know what? I think John Kavanaugh does corner Johnny Walker still.
Maybe. Before we get into the segments, another reminder: get your picks in on 3-punch combo, so you can get entered in to win the big giveaway, the biggest free picking giveaway contest in MMA history. $10,000 worth of prizes going down right here on the Big Jive MMA Show next Wednesday. $6,000 value on the grand prize. Can't wait to see who wins that. We got a bunch of other additional prizes as well. All you got to do is download 3-Punch Convo or visit 3punchconvo.com. Go to the Fight Picks tab, create your free account, get your picks in, finish in the top 50 based on units won, and you'll be entered into the live random drawing next Wednesday, which is going to be a lot of fun because this isn't just some random giveaway. Like this is
fucking
sick,
awesome,
giveaway,
man.
Dude.
It's insane.
Signed UFC poster by or White House poster by Steve Garcia. We got the cards, the sapphire box. I'll pull this up so it's a little bit bigger. Sapphire box of cards, $500 cash. Zoom call with Dean Thomas. Custom snowboards, 2 of them. Russ will have to figure out if that's 1 per winner or 2 to the winner. We'll see.
Yeah, and Russ just said his and hers, 2 friends, two diff for you, etc.
Oh, his and hers. Yep. Nice.
There it goes.
So you have somebody to go with if you don't have a snowboard.
Yeah. And
also rest of 2026 membership to get all my bets and Nolan's bets in the streaming membership. Get her done. All right, BP, who we emptying the clip on this Saturday?
So you won it for me once before. We're going back to the well. Scousers don't get knocked out. Luke Riley. Yeah, I kind of went Liverpool heavy on this. You'll see with the sicko parlay, but I like Luke Riley in this spot. I think there's easier things here. I mean, of course, I could have done Gable Stevenson. I could have done Max Holloway, whatever.
Oh, bro,
right? I almost did Gable Stevenson just because I'm like, it's not even fair because I try to make my empty the clips not like crazy high. I try to make it reasonable. And this is a little high for me, if I'm being honest with you. -260 is not the best number for Luke Riley. I just do believe in the skills. I think he's legit. I think he's got some real power. I think he's got some cardio. And the fact that he's been patty in this camp, gotta imagine he's in shape here. And Kai Kamaka is a split decision merchant. And hopefully we can get one over on him here with Luke Riley.
After the clip.
And I'm curious to see who you got here. I think I know.
This week, we're going to be emptying the clip. West Express, baby. If I'm emptying my own clip, I got to tell you that I'm emptying the fucking clip. And the clip is empty. There's nothing left. All right, no, I'm kidding. There is a good amount left, right? I mean, I'm not throwing the whole fucking bank account.
There's fucking nothing left.
I got a hefty unit. This is the biggest play I've had this year. I'm not gonna lie. So, and honestly, in a while. So
those are exciting. I love those.
Dude,
it
honestly,
seems like every time I do it, I lose, but I'm excited for you.
I have a very solid track record of big bets.
I'm terrible.
Honestly, I think any bet I've had that's like over 5 units, I've cashed every single one of them. But knock on wood. Knock on wood for that, dude.
Thank God I do it. I maybe do it once a year, once every 18 months. And I'd have to really sit down and think about it. But I'm like 0-4, 0-5 on big unit bets.
Jeez, PP.
I know it's bad. I get too excited and I just whatever. Here we go. 3 PC parlay.
3-punch parlay. Leg number one.
So fucking dope. That's my leg. I got a little greedy. I apologize. But if he comes out with blonde hair like he has right there, forget about it. It's round. It's under 60 seconds, boys. Bet on blonde, baby.
Bet on blonde gone in 60. I'm throwing a Holloway in there.
Maxie. Yeah, well, you're all in. You got to be all in on your guy.
It's all or nothing. And then I went with Luke Riley because you had him as the empty clip. I think he wins. And we're at plus 472 on that 3-punch parlay, which is going to be a nice little hit.
Trying to go 2 weeks in a row. I mean, 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a fight last week. You guys know what I mean.
If we can get Gandra down, I mean, we're sitting pretty. I feel like we're sitting real pretty. So
I can't stop. You know, this sounds so vain, but I can't stop looking at myself with that tribal chest tat and the Hawaiian flag on my face.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's Max Holloway's chest tattoo.
I love it. Yeah, you look. I mean, again, you look like Paul Hughes with Connor's tattoo on there, but I mean, we both look fucking sick.
Oh, yeah. Sicko parlay this week.
This one's sick.
You're in a pretty solid spot as far as 2026 record, 2-19, but up 18.59 units on the two ones that you hit.
Yeah. So so Luke Riley KO, and we got Patty Pimlet sub 1947. So I tried so many different combinations today. I was at work delivering. In between each delivery, I hop on DraftKings and I do my things. And at one point, the one that came running up to this, it was a 6-legger, and it was like 1340 something. And I'm like, 6 legs, 13, whatever. That's impossible. I had some Gable Stevenson plays in there, right? And then I'm like, you know what? I really think if Patty gets to the ground, I think his jiu-jitsu is so much superior than Belmont Saint Denis. I think we can get, I should have done Patty finish, but I went sub. And listen, we're almost getting 20-1. 20-1. Luke Riley lands that left hook on Kamaka. We're looking good. So I hate it, if I'm being honest with you, now that I'm looking at it, but that makes me even more confident.
Scoutsers, bro. Scoutsers parlay.
Scoutsers parlay. I hate it, but I love that I hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to hate it to love it, to win it. Yeah. Bam.
I mean, it ain't going to look free, right? You're going to have to work for it.
You're working for it, kid.
You're going to have to work for it, but it could definitely happen.
Let's see what you got. I got a feeling Max is going to be in this. Are you going to triple dip? Yeah, triple dip. I imagine.
Leg number 1, we're going PNOS round 1 or 2, plus 110.
Okay.
Get it done. We're covered on the sub in case he tries to club and sub, but PNOS finish. McKinney under a half, plus 250. And leg 3, Holloway round 1, 2, 3, plus 135. Ooh. That gets us to plus 1627. I like it. I feel pretty good about these guys getting it done. I mean, PNOS is a finisher early. T-Rex is always going to look for the finish early and a half. And then, Holloway's got to get it done in 1, 2, 3. I actually kind of like 2, 3, 4 a little bit more, but I couldn't get that combination. So I went 1, 2, 3.
I kind of love 1, 2, 3, dude, if I'm being honest with you. I see it happening in the second or third round, and you're covering 3 rounds at plus money. I love that.
15 minutes is a tough ask for Connor to go 15. Especially if he's starting to slow down in 2. And then he's got 15 more minutes after that. It's like, okay, round 3,
and especially a guy who does throw a lot at you.
Yeah,
he's pushing at pace.
Yeah, and also I didn't want to leave out round 1 really because he hurt Poirier in round 1, and he honestly, if he didn't like Poirier and he didn't know Poirier was retiring in his home state, he probably would have finished Poirier in round 1. Like he had him on death's door.
Connor wrestled Nate in their first fight and got submitted. Max always got a nice little gilly though.
That's also why I didn't go KO.
Yeah, smart.
Okay. I actually do kind of think the sub could be an angle because he went for him against
because Connor views subs not a loss. He doesn't care if he gets sub, right?
Yeah.
He gets subbed. That's probably the best case scenario for him. He won't get tired, won't get knocked out. I got caught in a sub. I've been gone for 5 years, and people still love him.
He went for the sub against Korean Zombie. He went for the sub against Yair. Went for the sub against Poirier. He did sub Cub Swanson with that guillotine. Subbed Feely with that guillotine. And both of those were in round 3.
Ooh. What is Max straight up submission? I think I just had it pulled up. It was Max Holloway by submission, 11-1. 11, okay.
11-1.
I like that, boys. I like that. We're talking about Max Holloway submitting Conor McGregor in 2026. What a fucking world we live in.
BP.
What's up?
You're going to fucking die at this.
What's up?
Holloway sub round 2 and round 3. Guess the price. They're both the same price. Plus
6,000?
6,000.
60-1.
60-1.
Ooh, boy.
I will be having shekels on that.
Yeah.
We'll be having shekels on that, BP.
Because I got to imagine, listen, I think Connor at this point, every training you've seen of him, he's just fucking hitting mitts, right? Now, I know he's probably not showing everything, but this guy at this point, he's like, I don't want to grapple. That's why I'm fighting Holloway instead of Oliveira. I want to strike. And then Holloway's gonna fucking pull a gi. Ooh, I love it.
Guys, nobody tell anyone about this.
Chat. Okay? Keep this between us.
Keep it between us. Don't tell anyone.
Between us, baby.
Holloway sub. Because the KO, everyone's gonna be on the KO.
For sure.
That really likes him at like what, minus 125 or whatever.
Yeah, it's low. Yeah.
Yeah. Sub could be sneaky.
And if you win, if you do play it, you win. I'm sure other podcasters are probably saying this, but fuck other podcasts. When you win, tag me or Hayden on IG or Twitter. I'm more of a Twitter guy, and just go, thanks, Big Jive. Thanks, Big Jive. That's all we want. Yeah. No kickbacks. Thanks, Big Jive.
And Holloway took Poirier's back. I think it was in round 2.
Yeah.
He took his back.
He got dominated by Oliveira on the ground and didn't get submitted. Right. I mean, yeah, he got done, but his jiu-jitsu's up to snuff. And he's got a good guillotine.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got a chance to close the show on McGregor. If you got to sub him, you sub him, bro.
And you McGregor's do what you've been submitted before. He gets that fucking neck. He'll be all, fuck, this is the best case scenario. I don't get knocked out. You know, I can just say, I got caught. But yeah. Quiet.
All right, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight on the Big Jive MMA Show. That's UFC 329. Go get your picks in on 3-Punch Convo on the app on 3punchconvo.com so you can join the giveaway. Tell your mother, tell your sister, tell your grandma, tell your friends, tell them all. Get their picks in.
Let's go.
329. Appreciate y'all. Chat, as always, you're the best. If you're watching this after, appreciate you for sticking around and pulling up to the show for the whole 2 hours and 25 minutes. BP.
Ooh, long tonight. I had fun. That blew by. Chat's amazing. Big time card. Had a week off last week. Good chat with my boy, Hey Jive. Big Jive MMA Show, 3PC giving out just amazing gifts for this week. So get your picks in, and next week we'll announce the winners, baby. Let's go.
Peace.